All right, and we're live. All right, welcome people. This is the Good Shepherd hosting the podcast with a bunch of the guys talking about what is real gaming, and we're talking about the industry, likes, disappointments, and that's about it. Real gamers on what gaming is. And we're starting from left to right. Micah, introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, people? Been waiting for something like this. Glad we could get it going, Rashidian. I'll tell you one thing: it's not even just gaming; it's life.
True. Good point. It's about life. And games, you're up.
Hey guys, Games Rosen, Mega Gamerman, whatever you like to call me, back at you once again. Uh, Glad to be here and can't wait to discuss these topics. Let's go.
All right, and then my boy GBGINU, Andre, do your thing. Okay, he'll go last. John,
It's like
you're
ever
up.
since I swear it's like ever since Twilight has learned to say it so quickly, everyone's just jumped on the bandwagon.
You gotta get it eventually. All right, John, do your thing.
What's up? Caligo45 here, and this is my first time being this Soda podcast, so I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome, man.
Welcome.
Glad you could join us.
All right, and the man who always feels good, Dr. Feelgood.
That's right. This is Ken, aka Dr. Feelgood here, coming to you guys once again to give you some of my philosophy. You like that play on words? I know you like that.
Right. And this
The
team
street
Zen
rules.
Gamer is mute, and he's not gonna contribute at the moment, so just pretend he's not there.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Here I'm being held against my will, but
Oh, no. Oh, no. You say you had allergies, right? So I
Yeah.
feel there's a sneezing.
you know, hey,
I
hey,
think, I
hey.
think right now,
Allergies don't always lead to sneezing. He can have itchy eyes, a sore throat, scratchy
I
nose.
think, I think right
Turn
now,
on the webcam. I
I
want to
think
see.
right, I think right now Zen feels like we've all got red dot sights on him.
But I'm here, people, here to share some of my logic with you guys, philosophy, live games, and all that good stuff. So let's get this thing going.
Okay.
All
You,
right.
you okay there, Ken?
And
I,
Alright,
I
everyone's
got allergies. Yeah, you know.
right. Well, GBGINU, Mr. Andre, do your thing, bro.
Hey, people. Sorry about if you called me, I had to run off because I was dealing with food real quick. But
Well, hold on. You were
I'm
dealing
here.
with it? That sounds like a mobster kind of thing.
Food, man, food.
Yeah, you were dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm putting a hit out on my meal. That's
Hey, do what you gotta do, man.
Why don't you wear that plane up for me?
I put a hit out on that deer that was down the road. They're gonna take care of that for me. Chop
When
it
you
up real
wear,
nice.
when you wear that plate up for me, fam.
All right.
Man, you sidetracked the hell out of me too.
Introduce yourself, bro.
This is Andre of GBGINU. Happy to be here. Just gonna express my thoughts and opinions, and if you don't like it, well, I don't give a crap.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Preach.
So, basically, we're gonna start it off real quick. Just give a little summary about who we are by like biography on gaming, all that crap, and then we'll roll into the real subject. Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
All right, go for it, Ken.
All right. Well, I've been gaming since '85 when the original NES dropped. But I also played the Ataris and things like that. My game, well, at least I try to game almost every day, but I do have a life. Not to offend anyone else out there that does or does not, but I do. But I try to game as much as I can, and I'm a fan of all consoles, not just one. I'm a bigger fan of the games, not the console. So the console war crap doesn't float with me.
Word. All right. Cool. Who would like to jump in next? Or I guess I'll do it. Why not? All right. As you guys already know, you've heard this before. I'm the Good Shepherd. I've been gaming since around the same time as Ken, a little bit sooner. I've been playing since the Atari. You know, I've been playing a little Frogger and the arcades and all that good stuff. You know, I've been here kind of from the beginning of gaming, kind of, sort of. So, I have a lot of opinions on how things go along. I I game to game, honestly, and I don't really pick a console. I admit I've always had a love for Nintendo. Like last generation, I didn't even touch the Wii other than when I was visiting my big brother. I had no interest in the Wii other than, okay. So I go where I feel like. I have no loyalty other than to the games that I play. And that's all I'm saying for now. Who's next? All right, I'll pick you. Micah, go.
Uh,
Like a teacher calling somebody out.
I had a little plan for how I'm going to get started, that's why. So you're lucky you caught me just as I just got it set up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so how do I describe myself now? Let me see. I think this is how. Wait, hold on. Messed up kind of a bit there.
If you're gonna put a song on.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do some nonsense.
I can describe Michael for you. He's a Zero Suit Samus fan.
I am a talking boy, I am a free girl, free in the country. I am a river, down in the valley, oh, I am a vision, nothing to see.
Okay, you're not allowed to play 5 seconds before I start charging you.
Yeah, I can't meditate for the chorus either. Basically, I wanted to get to the bit where it says I'm the world's greatest.
I thought I was in a podcast. When did I enter the club?
Oh, Zen, you're feeling better. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, get off my kiss, man.
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that pollen in Mario Kart didn't get to you.
There's a reason I'm muting and unmuting.
If he has allergies, it's because you use that damn flower sale.
Mm. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I wanted to wait till you get to the part of the world's greatest, but it's just too long and I can't be bothered. It's late where I am right now. But yes, I consider myself to just be amazing. You know, I consider myself to be amazing. But to be fair, I consider everyone to be amazing in their own way. So that's just me. That's just me at the end of the day. I think quite highly of myself, and I think everyone should.
You should.
You know?
I agree.
And you know, gaming for me has always been gaming for me. It started with the Master System 2. You know, I was started off as a Sonic. As much as I love Mario now, it might surprise some of you people to know I started off as a Sonic man. And as much as I love Nintendo, it might surprise some of you to know that my first ever games console that I ever owned myself, that I ever owned for myself, like I wasn't sharing it with no one or anything, was actually a PlayStation, a Sony console. So as much as I, you know, ride on the Sony, as much as I ride on the Sony fanboys and, you know, just get at them non-stop, I actually really enjoyed the PlayStation era. And you know, funny enough, as much as I take digs at Capcom as well, the first game I played on Nintendo system was actually Street Fighter. So, you know, those are, if anyone had any form of misconceptions, those are a few I wanted to clear up right there and then. So I just wanted you to know that, you know, first and foremost, I am a gamer, and if it's got good games, then I'm all about it. I mean, I game on my PC as well. As much as I can't stand PC elitists, you know, I still enjoy the perks of gaming on PC, and there was a period of time where I was only gaming on PC. I didn't even have my Wii at my house. So, you know, go figure. So, like I said, I'm a gamer first and foremost. I just go where the games go, and it's not my fault if Nintendo puts out products of such high quality and that I enjoy them so much. It just means Nintendo is doing a good job. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. And, you know, to all you gamers out there, what you like is what you like, and if you like it, it just means that the company's doing a good job to sell the game to you. You didn't have to do anything. All you did was have to be yourself, and that's what gaming is about: being yourself and enjoying what you love.
Is it one? Oh,
What's that?
one.
We'll start with it, right? And then you can play through it.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right, games.
Let me go for it, then.
Thanks,
Yeah. But yeah. So my sorry. Of course, if you guys don't know, like a cameraman, right? Yeah. And the way I started was with actually two. I started with actually three. I started with a PlayStation, N64, and a Game Boy Color. All right, I wasn't born like around these guys. I wasn't born around there. Well, I was in like the 90s. I'm a 90s kid, so
Are you
you
calling
know.
us old, man? You calling us old?
No.
Wow,
Alright.
wow.
It's like he'd get jumped otherwise.
He's saying we
Same
ancient
thing.
beast, man. He calling us ancient beast.
Hey, now, I'll have you know, I am 18 with 13 years experience.
I'm not even touching that one.
I'm not even gonna go
But see,
with
no.
that.
I learned it a while back. Like, instead of you saying that you're 35, you say you're 18 with.
No, I know what you mean, but I'm older than you. That's why I said I'm not even touching that one.
No, you're also 18. You just got more experience.
Well, actually, I'm
He-
21.
He's the higher level
Yeah.
18-year-old, is what he's
You know,
saying.
I thought Zen was the one with allergies here. Why am I sneezing?
Are you allergic to bullshit?
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
Now back.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I started gaming with those 3 platforms right there, and I loved my PlayStation. I loved the and then I moved on, of course, with the PlayStation 2, then with the GameCube. So you know, PlayStation 2, that's when I discovered the magical Kingdom Hearts, and loved it ever since.
You mean that's when Disney raped your wallet?
Yes, basically. Well, not Disney Square.
No,
But,
Disney raped our wallets as soon as
It's
we were
Disney.
Lion King.
I'm not giving credit to Square. I'm giving it to Disney.
Hey, they were
Like
called
I said, Disney-
SquareSoft.
Okay, Andre, that's a bit unfair. Because
They were called SquareSoft.
Squaresoft
Yeah,
was
they
awesome.
made it.
Square
We
Enix,
got-
not so much.
We gotta realize that Disney's been raping us since the day of the dawn of the Lion King.
Before then, they just got better at it during the
Yeah.
Lion King.
they got better at it when Pixar came in the picture.
Oh my God! Don't even start with Pixar. I think I have almost every single Pixar movie that isn't a spin-off.
I love Toy
Do
Story.
you have all the animated shorts?
Yep. The extras.
Hush
The
up.
extras.
I nearly shed a tear on Toy Story
What?
3.
Okay, then you're gonna have to talk after this podcast.
But yeah, I started gaming with those, and I moved on, of course. I also found, you know, Mega Man, which, holy God, and then, you know, I played the first one, of course, when I started finding out what Mega Man was, and, you know, ever since I've been playing every single Mega Man game, and I've loved it.
But yet you consider yourself a bigger Mega Man fan than me.
Yes.
I was
Okay,
born the year
so-
it came out in the U.S., buddy.
Okay, Rashidi, I need you to end this podcast. It's about to get personal.
I was gonna say these fools about to get pimp slapped real soon if they keep this nonsense up.
All right, I'll stop.
This is what always happens in the
I'll be
podcast.
nice.
The
Yeah.
best Mega Man is Mega Man X4. Let's end this.
Yes.
Yeah, I can sort of
but-
agree with that.
Let's keep that after. But yeah, you know, and then, you know, that's when I discovered Mega Man. I was a Sonic guy too. Loved Sonic the Hedgehog. I first played Sonic the Hedgehog around when I was 4.
You're not a Sonic guy unless you own both Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on Dreamcast.
Screw you. All
Did
right,
you know
so basically,
Did you know Master System 2 came with Sonic the Hedgehog built in? We had to do
Oh
a
my
switch on the
goodness.
console.
but yeah, so I was like a big Sonic guy, Mega Man, Kingdom Hearts, and then I also discovered Final Fantasy. You know, it was those franchises really kept my hearts, and then Zelda came along. And yeah, that even got even better. But you know, I've been gaming since I was like 4, and ever since I've been playing, I've gotten basically almost every system right now, and I can't wait to even play more games that are coming out in the future. You know, it's just gaming to me is that kind of escape from reality. You know, that kind of relaxed state where you can just do things that you can't do in real life. You know, because I can't
agree,
go
man.
outside. Yeah, you know, I can't go outside with a Mega Buster and stop Wily. You know, I can't do none of that. But
Well, actually, I've been working on a prototype, but we'll talk
you
about
know,
that later.
you smell that? You smell that? I smell bull. All right, but yeah. So
You
basically,
smell a
yeah.
loud cow?
Trust me, Rashid. If you are, I'm gonna go to your lab and take it. But yeah. So, you know, I've been gaming ever since, and you know, gaming is a real great passion to me. And you know, in the future, when I'm done with all this college stuff, of course, and then I'm moving on to a school, but I'm gonna become a developer of my own. and create games that I think that people will enjoy, and hopefully they do, but that'll be for the foreseen future. But yeah, so gaming to me is passion, beauty. So yeah, it's a
Well,
work
I'm
of art.
definitely,
Wow,
I'm
you
definitely glad
sounded
to hear
like
that.
you sounded like the way you said those last two words almost made you sound like Girahim.
Maybe.
Are you talking about Lord Fabulous?
Yes, such beauty.
It's the most
such
fabulous
beauty,
enemy of the Zelda series.
Such beauty, such physique.
Yeah.
And
So
that nice little dance he done for Zelda at the end.
For the record, you guys are so rude and disrespectful. Games has been trying to do his introduction, and everybody keeps cutting him off.
I'm sorry.
You go in the corner, Micah. Shut up.
Hey, hold on. This time you interrupted first.
Exactly.
No, I'm stopping you guys. Continue, games.
Alright, but yeah, everything basically I said, and plus, I think gaming is really a work of art, and you can develop a really good story, but it's always about the fun of the game. Story's okay, but it's always about the fun and entertainment of the game, and that's really what I plan on delivering in the future. So I don't know if you guys will ever find me, but yeah, so. Gaming is really just the best thing that's ever happened to me because, I discovered all these new franchises. I discovered all these, things that I never knew, and, well, I can't wait till I make my own. So.
Well, games, I have a task for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because with your passion, I'm pretty sure you're the only one that can do it. But I'm going to support you through your endeavor to become a game developer. Just do me one favor, and yourself a favor. I need you to go ahead and help, do Kingdom Hearts 3 because they're not going to do it, man.
Are you sure? I don't wanna
Why are
work.
you messing with his feelings, Ken?
No, I'm supporting him.
No, listen. I know it's coming because Nomura's not a dick, so it's all good. But yeah, so basically, gaming is amazing. All right, let's go. Just go.
All right. Well, Kelly Gold, you're up.
Well, for all of you who don't know me, I'm Caligo45, and I'm a 90s kid just like games. So my first console was the Nintendo 64, and the first two games I got for it was Super Smash Brothers and Pokemon Stadium. So I played those two games for a good while. And the consoles that I currently have is the Nintendo Wii, PS3, and the PlayStation 2. And I really love games, man. I feel like it's just a calm moment for me just to sit back and just think about gameplay. Really, that's all. That's what games is all about. Is gameplay, nothing else.
Why don't other people know this? They think
Because
it's all about
common-
1080p
because
and
it's because it's common sense, and common sense ain't too common.
not anymore at least. But yeah, I mean, but look at these two guys. They, given their age, they still are aware that it's about gameplay. But then you have
Well, it's about, to be
you have
honest,
people
I
in this world today
think
that
it's really about the gameplay and the story. That's what I think.
well, yeah, but the experience. But most people, even people our age today, like 30s or whatever, they still feel like, man, it's not 1080p. That game is crap. It's like, really, what about the story? What about the
Okay.
experience?
I think it's either one of the two things. A lot of these people either they weren't originally gamers like us, like we started gaming before it became popular, and two, or they got brainwashed by the whole hype of HD and 1080p and everything else, and forget about why they started gaming in the first place.
Can I take it a little bit deeper?
Sure, go for it.
Go ahead, man. Dive deep.
Dig, my man.
All
dig.
right, let me just get my snorkel.
I'm talking about Atlantis deep. Mariana
Okay, let me get my
Trench.
scuba there.
Nah, you gonna need
Scuba
James
gear,
Cameron
sorry.
sub, man.
But yeah, anywho, yeah. When you look at how the world is becoming nowadays, there is a lot of indoctrination taking place to cover up the real truth about things. As people are getting smarter, they need to find ways to indoctrinate and dumb down the public even more. The best way to always do this is by giving them an image to worship. And now that is becoming it's becoming more prevalent. I work in the catering industry, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of these companies are all about image. You try this food and you wonder, why are people spending so much money on it? And it's just about the image of it, the presentation, the kind of image they want to uphold. They're more concerned about upholding the image than how they're treating their workers, the quality of their product, how they want to do things and stuff like that. To the point where they want to indoctrinate you to feel passionate about it as well. And that's exactly what companies like Sony and Microsoft are doing, and a lot of these third parties.
You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense.
That was beautifully put.
I ain't finished yet.
Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, thing. Now, when you look at these companies like Sony, Microsoft, and all these companies, you look at what they're trying to push these days. They're trying to, me and Triforce said this when I had a discussion with him before, and he's like, because they're selling with pictures, and that's exactly what it is. They come on stage and they talk about the fidelity of the graphics, the power of the heart, and how it could only be done on the power of this hardware, and then they talk about the resolution it's running, the frame rate, and all this kind of stuff, and it's presentation. It's just like how you get a lot of people who eat with their eyes first. You get a lot of people that are playing games with their eyes first. They're not, once they have the, image relates to class. The higher class you are, the more important image is. And people these days people have a natural instinct to want to feel important, but people think they can simply do it just by putting on that image. You don't realize if you're a douche and you've got an expensive car, you're just a douche with an expensive car regardless. It doesn't change who you are as a person at the end of the day. So if you love game, if you like a certain game, it doesn't make you any different from who you are. If anything, it's a part of who you are. It's a part of who you are at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if you're a good person and you like Call of Duty, then it doesn't stop you from being a good person, But if you're a douche and you like Call of Duty, or even if you're a douche and you like Legend of Zelda, because I can't stand Zelda fans either, you're still a douche. You're just a douche who likes those games at the end of the day. So, people need to get this whole ideal of image out of their head and just see the situation for what it really is, because, people are creating their escapism using images as their escapism rather than experiences. Rather than using experiences as their escapism, they're using images, they're using pictures. They're trying to believe, they're worshiping false idols basically. Rather than walking the path and having this experience for themselves. And it is disappointing to see the human race go into this kind of phase, not even just through gaming, but through life in general. And that's all I've got to say on it.
Okay, now, boy, before you guys say, I forgot to give the disclaimer to the audience. We talk about life as well, so if you can't handle that, yeah, you're in the wrong place. That's all. Carry on.
But just to touch on what he said, and I can definitely understand that point that he's trying to make, that in gaming and in society today, we have become more focused on selling an idea rather than selling content in a sense. Because, for example, to me, and if anyone owns this vehicle in this, in this podcast, no offense, but to me, Activision, EA, Microsoft, and a few others, and even Ubisoft, they are the Cadillac Escalades. They look real good on the outside, but really all you really have is either Suburban or a GMC, Yukon entry badge and a metallic paint job, but it's still the same car, in and out. It still has 4 wheels. It's still you can get navigation, doesn't matter, but it's still the same piece of crap car that basically you just pay extra money for. And that applies to gaming itself. You look at games like, for example, Watch Dogs. And that game was very overhyped. If you look at it, it looks like a great game, but I've read more than a few reviews saying that the game was kind of shallow, or the story wasn't that great, or even the main protagonist was, just kind of a shallow character.
Okay.
And
since when did we care about reviews? I'm just saying. You could continue. I'm just letting you know that I personally could care less.
no, I'm not saying I care about them, but just from what I've just read about and heard from just not just like IGN, but like even just people on a personal level, people that
Oh,
I
okay.
know that played the game, things like that. No, IGN reviews, things like that, I don't even trust. but
Okay.
but
I
just
just
going
wanted
on,
to confirm if you was listening to someone that you know that can give a somewhat valid opinion. Because if you're just listening to what other people say, then you kind of fall into the category of, well, I heard it was crap, so therefore it's crap.
no,
And
even if someone says something's crap, I don't give into that because I mean, people say Nintendo Wii U was not even worth purchasing. I purchased it day one, midnight.
I got you. I just wanted to clarify that. I know you're not like that, because if you was, you wouldn't be on this podcast with me. I just wanted to clarify because you were starting to sound a little, you know. So I wanted to clarify that you actually know how to form your own opinion, and you talk to people who can actually form their own opinion as well.
Yeah, instead of being fanboys, gotcha on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not that. But it just I've seen that a lot, and it's happening more and more often, where they're selling us a pretty coat, and beneath that coat there is virtually nothing to keep you coming back. Like, do any of you guys see yourself playing? You know, let's say, for example, God of War 3. It was an 8-hour epic, very nice looking game. Scale was great, but it was an 8-hour game. I mean, do any of you feel that was actually worth $65? Probably not. Can you see yourself playing Last of Us over and over 10 times? Probably not. But I
I
have
think
wasted thousands of hours on Mario Kart, previous iterations at least. And even the current one, I'm still, getting used to it, or still, I haven't played it much lately because I've been busy, but I want to. And Mario Party and even Zelda, other franchises, even Call of Duty, where the Modern Warfare 2, I put in, over 1,000 hours into that one game. It kept me coming back because I felt, me personally, that it was a great game. It wasn't just shallow. But after a while, you start seeing things with other games. When you play great games, like in Game's case, he likes Kingdom Hearts. He can play the game over and over and over and love it just as much as he did the first time.
Heck yeah.
But Infamous Second Son, can I see myself playing that game over and over just one day, 2 years from now? Say, I want to play Infamous again. Probably not.
I could sum up what you said in just one sentence. You know, I had a friend who had an expensive Rolex watch. I had a basic £40 Seconda watch. His watch cost £3,000. And he was all bragging about it and stuff like that. And you know what I said to him? B, with all that gold and everything like that, what does your watch do that mine doesn't? Do they not both still tell time?
True.
It's the whole thing that people are caught up in like an image. And if you've noticed, well, from what I've noticed in my limited time in life, is that it's the ones that have the least that want to show they have the most. That's
Exactly.
from my personal experience. Like,
Not
I
even-
got the
not
new
even-
Jordans, I got the new this, I got the new that. Okay, where do you live? In the projects? Or you live in this? I'm like, dude,
You
how
know what,
about working
Shepard?
on getting out of the projects first?
I
And
actually
then
seen a
look on
meme
the
about
clothes
it.
you're wearing.
I seen a meme about that about 3 or 4 months ago. It had two pictures. It showed a guy wearing Jordans and some other name brand, pants and a shirt, and it had the total cost, and it said broke, and it showed the rich person, that's a billionaire, wearing some plain Levi's, had some Vans on his feet, and a regular old blank T-shirt, and it says, rich billionaire. And like you say, you're right. The ones that don't have anything are the ones that try to boast like they have everything.
Yep, that's what I've been seeing in my
And
limited
it's not even
lifetime.
just having everything materialistically. They just don't have anything mentally either. If you don't have it here, if you don't have it up here in your mind, you don't have it anywhere.
True.
True, but I'm trying not to make a personal attack on people on that level. I'm just trying to point out the idiocy in the way people behave.
Well, I got an example of that. Have you guys noticed that when a pair of Jordans comes out, that people will run to the store, try to get there when it opens? And one of my coworkers made this made this statement, and it was so true. It's funny how people run out there to get the next pair of Jordans, but they won't run out there to try to get a job the same way. Are you lining up at the are you online at 3, 4, 5 in the morning looking for a job? Are you standing in line to fill in your application, whether it be online or turn it in at 9 in the morning when the job is open? But when the
That's too
next
much
pair of
effort,
Jordans
bro.
come out, you're in line waiting.
No, see, there's so much effort because there's a chances you might go through all that and you might not get the job. So it's just too much. But anyways, before we continue on that tangent, we still have to finish our introductions. Kevin, the mic is yours.
Oh, finally.
Sorry, bro.
Well, so anyway, hi, my name is Kevin. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm a gamer. Right now I'm playing.
I love that. I love that.
That's beautiful. Okay.
Right now I'm playing Ratchet and Clank: Tools of Destruction. Right now I'm kind of frozen into buying new games. The only game I'm planning to buy this year is Shovel Knight because it's cheap, and Smash Brothers, both on the 3DS and on the Wii U for obvious reasons. Right now I'm just working on my backlog, so yeah, let's get it on with those subjects.
Yeah, I'm in the same category, but I still buy new games because I'm shameless. But anyways, I guess GBGNIU, what I jacked it up. Damn it, Andre, you're up.
He was so close. Just flipped 2 letters, but it's all right. Well, I guess you could say I've been playing games since I was 2, so that's 25 and a half years, just 25 years, just about to be 26 in December.
I've been playing
So,
games, son.
my first console was the NES. First game was Excite Bike.
Nice.
But I thought your first game was E.T.
Oh, if that was my first game, I would have never played the game after that. I've played it, but oh gosh, that was many years later, and I'm glad it wasn't my first. Ooh, that would have been horrible. I've generally enjoyed gaming and been passionate about it as long as it's existed in my world. And you heard my son in the background; he's complaining about a video. But I tend to not care what other people think, and generally that's what I respect in other people. That's why this cast of people here, I can get along with all of them with no problem, even if we have disagreements, because I can generally hear and see in them that they have that same mentality. Like, look, if I like something, I want it, I'm going to get it if I can afford it at the time. If I can't, then I'll wait. End up getting it later. But one way or the other, I'm going to have it. But
Which reminds me. Sorry, go ahead.
Crap, I accidentally muted my mic at the same time, so it's okay. I tend not to try to engage in arguments with people that my game is better or my console's better, because that crap's bull crap. I've always felt that was bull crap. Well, no, I take that back. Back in the early days of Sega versus Nintendo, I kind of was like that a little bit, even though I had both of them. I still preferred Sega, and I kind of made it known. But I still played both, enjoyed games on both.
What are you doing on Hey You Traitor?
But I wasn't.
Hey, I was the same way. Don't feel you're not alone, man. I was a bigger Sega fan, but I owned both of them. And even when it came to the Saturn and PlayStation,
oh yeah,
and 64, I was still a Sega fan. I wanted the Saturn to win, but I still owned all of them.
Yep, that's how I was. I had to have all of
That
them.
reminds me, I haven't pissed you guys off. Final Fantasy VI is better than Final Fantasy VII.
I don't care. That's your opinion.
It is.
No,
Yeah, it's your
It's a
opinion.
fact.
You know
It's a
what?
fact.
Hell no, you're an ass. 7 is a legendary game.
No, big, huge piece.
No. You know what one is the best? 13.
Hey,
Oh, please,
actually,
no,
Shut up, game.
no, not that final hallway.
I want
You're alone in
Not
that number
you
game.
on that.
Not that linear hallway 13, please.
I want to question you guys on that later, though. All right, so
Alan, let's not even talk about lack of.
Okay, you know what? Now that we need to be calm, why don't we go to the calmest person here? Nintendo, what's up?
The worst RPG ever.
How y'all just gonna kick me to the side like that though?
Oh,
Move
you have more
me to the
say?
curb, huh, man?
You have more to say?
Like you ain't worthy of talking. Boo.
Doesn't matter. I have nothing to say. No, I'm just
Kingdom Hearts sucks.
I kind of
You wanna
got
go?
with the Final Fantasy thing,
Okay, go ahead.
but me and Game's gonna have our argument later about who's the bigger Mega Man fan because I've been playing it forever.
we'll see about
and
that.
He joined in years later, Learn
Man,
about
it's
it.
all about zero.
It's not about the years. It's about the
It's
passion.
about the time and passion put into it.
Well, if that's
is
the
my-
case, I'll shut both of y'all down because I've been playing before both of y'all were.
Okay,
freaking
but
playing.
have you been as passionate about it? I said time and
I've
passion.
been as
I've been drawing pictures of Mega Man and Zero since I was little. I got dozens and
Man,
dozens.
you know what? To hell with Mega Man. It's about Vector Man.
Vector Man's
No,
still good, but
you
No,
are
base. I like
But-
base actually.
You know,
They
forget
hit
all,
on base
forget
too
all,
much.
forget all of them. It's about Proto Man.
Proto Man's cool, but I like base.
they all
He
still
died.
good characters. So what's the problem?
Man died.
Anyways,
See,
all
I like
joking
all of them, but I'm sorry, but Zero's my favorite out the whole entire series.
Zero is
That's
cool
X
as hell.
version.
Mainstream.
Okay, guys,
The X
reel it
version
in,
Zero.
reel it in. Hey. Let's focus for a moment. We still didn't
I'm
finish the
sorry.
introduction. Zen, you're up.
Go ahead, man.
And he's probably playing Mario Kart. Okay.
No,
I
I'm
can-
here. I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm
I was
here.
gonna say, did you pass out from some NyQuil or something?
I know I'm not playing Mario Kart right now because I can't focus on that and this and be sick at the same time. So
Zen,
Fine
okay,
about
Let's
the-
split
what you
attention.
meant to say, Zen, is that you're not playing Mario Kart because you paused it.
no, it's
No,
not
he's not-
paused.
You can't
I was
pause this
online.
online.
You
Yep.
can't pause
No,
online.
Yeah. Pause online.
I understand then. It's not on pause. You just press the home button.
Can't do that on online either.
Oh, that's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Anyway, guys, Lindsay Gamer. You probably don't know me. If you don't know me well, I'm a gamer for 29 years now. Oh, yeah, bullshit. Okay.
You guys see over, let me finish. Jeez, bunch of big kids in here.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you get a bunch of gamers talking.
Mm-hmm.
Let him finish talk at least. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Zen.
Gamer for 29 years now, 35 years old. I've been here since the beginning of everything modern.
Damn you old.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me that I'm old. See, this is why I don't tell nobody nothing. But anyway.
We're all old as well, so don't worry about it.
Zen,
What do you mean
you're
you're
18
old?
years
I
old with
am
17
young.
years experience, man. Say it with me now.
No, I
Age
refuse
doesn't
to.
matter when we're a bunch of man-childs, so whatever.
Very true, very true.
Doesn't matter, we're all gonna
But I'm
die.
still a kid at heart. Mostly a Nintendo guy. My first self-owned system was the original NES and Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. If you remember that cartridge, my first game ever would have been Pong. You know, that was where it began. But my first owned system was that game. Most of Nintendo coming up. Got into Sega. My favorite Sega console was the Dreamcast. Unfortunately, that line didn't last. So that dream is over. Went back to Nintendo. Had a short stint to the PS1 and 2 over on the side of Sony.
No pun intended, right?
Yeah, no
You
pun
said the
intended.
Dreamcast, and then the dream was over.
Yeah, the dream was
Criminal
over. Had a original Xbox for a short period of time. Then I got to Xbox 360, which I absolutely love. Love the console, not the company. Back with the Wii U right now, so that's where it is. Looking to invest in an Xbox One very soon. PS4, I need reasons to buy that. The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm a gamer before everything else, and wherever the good games are, that's where I'll go.
Amen.
There is no loyalty here. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo don't pay me. I wish they did, because then my ass would be banking. So.
I heard that. I swear, I would just invest shares in a Mario Kart game and just watch my money pile up for every year of my life.
That's right. That's right.
Evergreen
So-
title.
Evergreen wages.
Oh yeah.
As for the personal side of things, that's my gaming history. Not engaged yet, but I do have a lady who has the apple of my eye, so to speak. House owner, car owner, life runner. I go out there and I do things not always inside, so there are all those misconceptions about gamers in
Yeah,
basements and
yeah,
eating
typical.
Tizos.
You're a typical Caribbean. You always have to talk about how you got everything yourself. You don't have to depend on no one.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah, well,
the
you
same
should know.
thing.
You should know.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have lives to run, you know, we have things we do. Gaming is just the other thing we do, the act of escapism we take part in, and, you know, all of this nonsense going around and misconception with gamers, it just needs to stop. It just shows that a lot of these people that call themselves gamers aren't when they're behaving this manner. They're more like they're outside looking in, and we've been inside all along. Like Shepard said, based on what someone says, based on their attitude towards gaming, and you listen to them talk on either podcast, videos, blah blah blah, or you read their comments on certain channels and blogs all across the internet, you're instantly able to tell at which point in history of the gaming industry they began to game, because it is visibly apparent what their interests are and what is most important to them as a gamer. So as he also said, we were in it. Some of us here were in it before it got cool, before it was the swag thing to do. Back when it was a nerd's hobby. Now everyone wants to do it because it's cool, whether you're a nerd or not. So we've been here from the beginning, not all these pretenders out here, and we enjoy it for what it is, gaming, escapism, the ability to do something that you won't be able to do. I drive a car, I don't ride dragons, but with games I can do just that. I don't hate animals, but I've killed lots of turtle creatures, if you know what I mean. So
you monster.
Disclaimer, Peter, if you're listening to this, it's all in the name of gaming. He didn't do anything.
Yo, man.
Screw Peter. Screw Peter.
Screw Peter. To hell with Peter, man. They don't do shit. But anyway. Yeah.
Okay, first we started talking about life. Now we're bringing the conspiracy theories in. Is that how it's going down?
So that's just
gaming is a conspiracy theory.
Exactly, it is. So that's just about it for me. I enjoy my games, and there's nothing anyone can say to make me feel ashamed of my gaming heritage, because it's as much as who I am as my right arm is. It has built me and made me into who I am. That might sound silly to some, and if it does...
Actually, it makes a lot of sense, because you do use your arms and your hands to play games.
Oh, yeah, you had to get real technical with that.
Yeah, there's always got to be somebody who got to go that route, huh, Micah?
Hey, I'm just calling it like I see it.
Right.
Now I'm on YouTube, and I'm helping spread the logic, hence my nickname there. Helping a lot of people think differently, bringing different perspectives and so forth, using my wealth of gaming experience over the years. I've accumulated some of it, and that's just about it. Now I've met these fine gentlemen, and that's what we do essentially. We help turn the tide, and it's been my pleasure, to do just that. Help spread the realness and the truth of gaming out there. But that's just about it.
Yeah.
Preach it, Zen. Preach it.
Because that's the misconception. People always get this thing about how gamers are this way and that way. No, we're regular people. We just like to game when we can in our free time. We have our lives. I have a family of my own. I have a good job. I have a nice place. I read. I draw. I write. I do all kinds of things. I just happen to love gaming. Gaming is one of my ways to relax.
Well, at least you're living a good life, because I have a crap job.
Well, you got to start somewhere, bro.
Huh? Yes, I got to start walking out that door and looking for a new one.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Okay.
That was a little random, but...
I'm with Shepard on that, though. I mean, I have a life. I'm getting married in December.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys. Planning, the wedding, things like that. I do work a normal job like most people on this podcast, I'm pretty sure. So I do have a life outside gaming, but just like Shepard said, gaming is my preferred way to relax. I do other things, go out, things like that, other extracurricular activities, but gaming is my preferred way to relax, and I very much enjoy it. I have a passion for it, and just like Games Rosa and GVGI and you, basically, I've had a few moments where I've actually sat down and wrote down details if I was to create my own game. So that's something I really do enjoy doing, and I hope guys, we can have a podcast on that Nintendo thing we talked about a couple weeks back.
Hey, mine is always open.
And can we talk about how because of gaming we meet more people, right?
Yes, I can honestly say that being on Plus, I probably met more people that like the type of games that I like. Not that I'm being picky, but the people that actually enjoy. I'm a big Nintendo fan, the consoles, but I do enjoy our consoles. Let me just make that clear. I own many consoles, but Nintendo has always been a preference of mine. However, I've met more people on G Plus that love Nintendo games, play all types of games, not fanboys, than I have through the last 10, 15 years in my life in person.
I
Yeah,
have played over 400 hours on Pokemon X alone. Oh, sorry. Spoke out loud. My fault.
Wrong subject.
I saw the gift and I had a
But you know what? That's the passion of gaming come out of that man.
Ain't you too old to be playing Pokemon?
I ain't too old to
You're
play
never
it.
too old to play Pokemon.
Just because you
How
said
did this turn into one of them
These
typical?
two games.
How did this turn into one of
Shoot me
them?
your friend code, cause I haven't beat it yet. But shoot me your friend code. I have Pokemon X.
Alright, cool.
I like how this turned into the typical ghetto scene you seen from the movies where you be like, where they all be like, oh hell no, he didn't just do it. Everyone just jumping in and everything.
I was like, man, you wouldn't say that now, did you?
Man, you must have lost your goddamn mind.
Well, I got something to add to that, actually. Now, you see, two series here. Two types of games here I spend so much time on. And it's about to happen again with X, but Monster Hunter, 930 hours.
Oh, I gotta get
Only
into
a
that
week.
game more. Cause y'all be rocking that game. I like the game. I hate the font is ridiculously small though.
I
On
know.
the Wii U version. I hate that.
The what is slow?
The font is really small, so sometimes the messages I gotta like strain to read the damn thing.
And then-
Are you sure you don't need glasses?
You know what? I have some words for you, but we're live. So
No, but you know what though? I think I may understand what you're saying because believe it or not, like for example, Forza and like Gran Turismo, those games I love, but I realize that like unless you play like a kind of like a big or decently sized, HD television and the HD, you can't read that font at all. Like you really can't. It's like they become so accustomed to putting things in high def that on a smaller TV, it's kind of hard to read.
but
They
that's
make
the
it really
weird
small.
thing, dude. I have my living room TV is freaking huge.
Then you may need glasses.
That was messed up.
Bite me.
I don't want to find out what you taste like, so no.
If you actually do bite
Okay.
me, I will have to hurt you. Let's move on, people.
Yeah, but nobody
I
can
don't like
see.
this talk about men biting men.
I didn't mean
See,
for
no,
anything
you're the one that made it
bite.
about men biting men.
This is turned into a fat gamer post. Let's move on.
Okay, let's go.
I knew that would stop everyone.
Went to the red side of YouTube for a second there.
Okay, this has to be the drunkest podcast I've been on. We can remain straight no matter what we do.
No, I think everybody here is completely sober.
Stand on drunk.
Why do we have to be drunk? Because you are groggy.
No, because this we can't remain straight for more than 5 minutes.
Let's just go on.
I got one thing to say. The nighttime snuffly sneezing. Is that what you're drunk on right now?
But Zen makes an excellent point, gentlemen. We're here to talk about who we are, how we feel about gaming, how we feel about the industry, hopes, likes, disappointments, etc. We keep on going everywhere. So let's get down to
okay.
business.
To be fair, everything we're doing now is us showing who we are.
Of course. But we're trying to go towards the industry part. So let's get that crap over it because that's the sucky part. And then we move back to the gaming.
What is the primary question that you are asking, and I will start in on that.
The primary question at the moment
Yes.
is how do you feel about gaming currently as it is?
Shitty.
You just had to be a smart ass, didn't you?
I can tell you how I feel about the current industry, and we talked about this for 3.5 hours, Shep. So I don't think I need to say much. I can just refer you to the video if need be, but that's all I have to say for now.
Nice. Okay. Anybody else before we?
Can I share my thoughts because just to put something out there, aside from gaming, I also have many other loves. One of them being spoken word. And can I address my thoughts in a spoken word piece I wrote some time ago?
Go for it.
Okay. First time performing on this podcast, so A little bit nervous, but okay. Boom.
Dude, be you. Let's do it.
All right. It's called materialism.
Improv.
Oh, materialism, how you'll always be mine. You give me peace of mind as you fill that solar space from deep down inside. You give me a sense of pride. My insecurities you hide. You make me feel beautiful with your materialistic lies. Oh, materialism, you help me bag the swag I never had and make others who watch feel jealous and get mad. For your style is outrageous and your touch is contagious. You provide that importance that makes me feel famous. Oh, materialism, you brand me like a slave, as I'm chained to your will from being mentally enslaved into worshipping your image and following your spirit, which I know does not exist, but for you I still persist. Oh, materialism, which comes in the form of Ralphie's, Armani's, Nike's, Hollister's, Selfridges, New Era, Dolce & Gabbana, G-Star to make me a star, Paul's Boutique to make me feel unique and not questioning how life without you makes me feel so weak. Oh, materialism, I feel your constant rhythm. I give you cash flows, you give me swag flows that just leaves others wishing. You fill the empty spaces, take me different kinds of places, and even when I cannot afford you, I still find ways to adore you. Oh, materialism, you got me trapped within your essence. As each and every day you must surround me in your presence. You make me feel unique, and you make me feel complete, and even though my bank account depletes, you always have me at your feet. Oh, materialism, without you, I'm not worth anything, because you are my everything, and to you, I would do anything. And to have you, I would do anything. Without you, I feel worthless. Every day, you give me purpose. Every week, month, and season, you give my life some reason. Oh, materialism, you make me feel so fabulous, and make me look so glamorous. With you, I just feel beautiful. So if I ever thought I was losing you, I would no longer look suitable. Oh, materialism, please tell me I'm pretty. Tell me those lies. Tell me those lies I want to hear. Leave out the nitty gritty. Tell me how my swag is packed whilst telling me I don't look fat. Make me believe without you round my skin, I'm just a piece of crap. Oh, materialism, wipe away my tears. Put away my fears of wondering whether people care. Make me feel ambitious as I put you on my wish list. Feed on my insecurities as I become your tool for business. Oh, materialism, strengthen my frigid spirit. Feed my lust for you being a must until my soul is turned to dust, and replace that empty space with something artificial in its place, and make sure I never bring the beauty I never see within.
Wow,
That
man.
was beautiful,
That
dude.
was good.
That was awesome.
I actually
Was
want a
deep.
copy of that, like seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta send us some. Send us that, man. But I have one question for you. Who was the author?
Me,
Oh, it was you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's even better.
I wrote
I
it.
know you had a poetic flow like that, man.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I have some stuff of my own, but I'm too shy. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't worry, maybe the next video I'll do my own little thing too.
Dude, a new Tupac Shakur in the house.
But it's more about the console war. I actually got inspired on Thursday.
Is it? Wow.
I mean, some of those parts, it was so good though. Some of those parts made me think that Lord Gerahim wrote that.
You just have to go that way, didn't you?
Just the fabulous bit, I bet, innit?
Absolutely.
Fabulous and glamorous and all that. Yeah.
To be honest, I wrote this even before Skyward Sword came out, to be fair.
Well, my
Well
honest
done.
opinion, it's a beautiful piece, my man.
Yes, it
Good
is a
stuff.
great
Good
piece.
stuff.
Keep that going, seriously.
Yeah, for real.
I actually look forward to your next piece of work.
And people, you heard it first on the Good Shepherd channel.
In fact, when this podcast is over, be sure you upload this immediately so I can let my fiance hear that, because she also writes poetry.
Okay, cool. I definitely, I'll send you my, I think I've got one on my SoundCloud thing. I'll send, she'll definitely like that one.
Like, dude, that was a hip hop song. Like, wow, it go platinum. I'll buy.
See, that's the thing. People don't realize spoken word is rap. The truest essence of rap. It's you expressing
not-
it.
where it started, man.
It's rap in its purest form.
Hip-hop.
What's up?
Not rap, hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop
There's
is
a difference.
poetry is hip hop in its purest form.
Yeah, sorry, I said that wrong. You're right. I
Because
apologize.
rap is garbage.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
They're
I
not
completely
calling it
agree.
They're not calling it hip hop anymore. They're calling it hip hop.
That's all it is. It's all pop now. you take recycled stuff from 20, 30 years ago, and you turn a simple lyric into a whole chorus, and now you're famous.
Pretty much.
I know, and I'm, just to keep it clean, I'm not even gonna say what half these rappers are probably doing to get that record label.
That's
Yeah,
why
Let's keep that clean because I don't want that image in my head.
yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
So, other people, how do y'all feel about the industry's likes, dislikes, ideas for change?
I
Realistically, if
want to
possible?
say something about the industry.
Go for it.
One thing I really dislike about the industry today is the microtransactions.
Oh, thank goodness. Keep
I
going.
remember
Well, micro,
I love it when one of the younger guys bring this up.
without downloading it or anything. But no, now today, Sony and Microsoft, they want to be greedy with the money and just bring out DLC probably like every month or so. For example, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, any sort of game, they include those microtransactions, and I get mad when I see other people playing like these certain map packs or something like that, and I'm just stuck there like, where's mine? I just want this on the disc from the get-go. So that's like my main dislike.
But to add to that, I mean, I know this is not how most work, but if I was a publisher and a developer, let's say I'm Activision, you have a huge install base. With every iteration you're going to make at least a couple of $1 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, after all that money you made, I mean, come on. I mean, even with the marketing and development, you're not going to breach over $100 to $200 million yet. You made $1 billion. I think Modern Warfare 2 made $1 billion in 17 days. But even still, why not give back to your fan base with DLC? I don't care if you made the map pack even before you released the game. But even still, that should be something you give out for free to show your fans that we appreciate you making us a successful franchise, because without you, we couldn't be successful. So
Okay,
here is all the DLC.
What about Street Fighter, for example, with all the DLC? What about that?
I don't even agree with that, to be honest, because what was it? I think the best example I can give is when they had Marvel vs. Capcom, and they want to charge you for, I think it's on 3, for Jill and like another character like $5 a piece.
Jill and Shuma Gorath. I know. Yeah.
And to me, it's like, hold on. So characters you had as base on the Dreamcast, they were standard, they were already available. You're going to now charge me for it, and it's $5 a piece? I'm sorry, I'd rather give this is a real low blow, but I'd rather give Activision $5 for a single map. Because at least that's more than just a damn character.
Yeah.
A character I've played as before.
And I remember, I play a lot of Naruto games, so, like in Naruto Storm 3, which is like, about to be old soon, but there's like one certain character that has a costume that's for $5. But everyone else who has a costume, that was like $1. And it's ridiculous, and you wouldn't guess who it is. It's Sakura. Her costume is a Hello Kitty outfit, and CyberConnect 2, who's the game developer for that game, they're selling that costume. They sold it for $5, which I found really ridiculous.
Well, that's probably for royalties, because Hello Kitty is its own brand. They didn't get that for cheap.
Yo, hey, stop making excuses.
Here's my thought, though, on
Stop making
costumes.
excuses, man. Anybody buys a Sakura costume for $5, he'd be slapped.
Here's
I didn't
my
even know that existed, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
That wasn't even on my radar.
here's my position on costumes for characters. They should not be DLC. They should be in the game for you to use.
Exactly.
At least not paid DLC.
At least be able to unlock. At least be able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Old
yeah.
school
story mode or
unlockable.
something.
Achieve a certain task.
But
If
what
it has to be downloaded later, fine, but it should be free. It shouldn't be paid for because it doesn't do anything to enhance the game in any way.
But has anyone played games back on like
Okay.
Super Nintendo, Dreamcast? Like I remember playing Street Fighter. It actually had like every character had like 6 to 8 costume colors.
Yeah, once you
What
got to
costume?
Super Street Fighter, yeah, they did.
I mean,
Yep.
but that was just you got a different one by pushing a different button to select your character. So what happened to that? Like what happened to?
Oh, it still happens, but
It
it
still
still
happens.
happens. But now they're doing elaborate costume changes, which they're charging money for.
I tell you the worst DLC I ever seen in my life.
Now,
and
instead of pushing buttons, you push credit card details.
the worst DLC I think they ever released, and you guys may agree with me, But example on the Xbox, on Xbox Live, having to pay for a prop for your damn avatar.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
sorry. The only ones I paid for were the ones they gave me free Xbox Live points, and I seen one where it's like a Sprite dunk or whatever. So I said, oh, that's like 60 or 70 points, 80 points. So I did buy that because they gave me points. It was basically free. But when I see people that actually have purchased, like I think someone had bought like the Halo Spartan thing or whatever, the flying thing, I was like, you actually paid $4 for that? A digital remote control helicopter? I mean, you can go get yourself a damn, the little air things in Walmart for that price. I mean, a little bit more, and it's realistic. It's real.
And that's why DLC exists. And people don't know how to operate DLC correctly, because if you were crucifying costumes for money, but when you look at League of Legends, which is a free game, all the revenue that games receive comes from buying costumes for your character, and people actually don't see that as a bad thing.
And see, that's why
Okay, maybe I should change my position a little bit on that. Now, if the game is free, I can kind of understand it. But I'm talking about as far as a game you buy, you shouldn't have to pay for that later.
All right, what do you guys think about the story DLC? Like, for example,
do not go down that road.
Why not? Why
Final
not?
Fantasy 13 completely pissed me off when they had to sell you the rest of the story. I don't care which one it is. I was pissed off that I had to already put in 60 to 70 hours to get complete side quests and get to the end and get everything. And I'm talking about, I'm the kind of person, I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to RPGs. I want to do every side quest, every mission, every part of the story because I want to see everything. And I get to the game, and into the game, and you tell me that for $5 or $10 we can sell you the rest of the ending. To hell with you.
It was actually
watch it on
only,
YouTube.
it was actually only $3.
Dude, no, it wasn't. Not when it first came out.
Not when it first came out.
Okay. Let's allow games elaborate a little more on that, because I'm interested.
Alright, but listen. I hate DLC, okay? I hate it to the goddamn mind, alright? Only way I'll get DLC is if, like, either somebody gives me money, alright? That's the only way I'll get it. Because I remember PSN had spend this much and you get $10 back. So with that $10, I was just like, screw it, you know? But, there's not really anything on there. But the thing is, DLC, it should be free, okay? I don't think a skin or a costume takes up to $10,000 to make, okay? I don't think it takes that much. The thing is, a DLC costume like that stuff, like let's say costumes or even a character, that stuff really doesn't cost anything. Because obviously, if you know, is that when you make a game, right? You bring it out there. Now let's say if you were the AAA, right? If you're that if you're those big guys, right? And you're out there, right? You put it for $60, right? So you sell over 1 million, all right? That's basically you get all your money back, right? So once you get that, why would you charge even more to everybody else to buy a freaking costume or a character? The thing is, you should be using that money you got to even if it costs that much, which I don't see it even costing that much because that's kind of stupid. If it costs $10,000 just to make a skin, but you guys should be using some of that money that you got back from making that game to making that DLC. If you guys are charging for people to make it, you see. And the thing with DLC with story, all right. Now
Final
I
Fantasy
understand.
specifically.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's not really Final Fantasy actually. There was other games like
Last of Us,
and we also got what was
BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite. Well, those were actually
those are
they were
those are actually like expansions. Like those are just like expansion to the story. Like how can I say? Because BioShock really doesn't have a definitive storyline.
But I mean, but I understand what you're saying, and I had to cut you off. But even with their expansions, they're still part of the game that was part of the story that they created before the game was released.
No,
and
I know
took it
that.
out to sell it.
And you know what's another thing that pisses me off is when people say, like I said before, of like, oh, but it might cost money for them to make a skin or something like that, and you know they got to get that money. Give me a freaking break. So you're gonna tell me they're gonna charge you $15 motherfucking for a skin for, like, let's say in Killzone they sell skins for $3 for you to have those little drones, those little drone thingies that follow you, just to have a skin on that is $3, and people are like okay with that because, oh, you know, probably they had to make their money back. I'm just like, but that
What these people are not realizing is that was made before the game was released.
exactly that too. I also tell people that DLC is actually made before it's released, and the thing is, these people out there, they might these developers or publishers, whoever's basically in charge of these projects, they are like, oh well, you see, we really wanted to expand, so you know, after the game was done, yeah, give me a freaking break. The game was done with the DLC. That's why when games like Watch Dogs got to me, because how much was it just to get every single thing? $1,000, right?
It's like $1,300 to get every single piece of every DLC and every like paraphernalia that came with the game.
Shepard, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I curse in this podcast?
I prefer people don't do it, but go for it if that's how you feel.
I won't do it since that, because damned, but that's a real reason to curse. Damn it! I mean, $1,300. Did I heard correctly?
Yeah, but the way it is because like different retailers, like Amazon gives you like a mission, and I think like if you reserve the game, you get like a white coat, and then Best Buy gave you a different skin and a different mission, and overseas they had different collections too. So they said if you wanted every single mission, every single piece of DLC and paraphernalia that would come with the game when you bought it or reserved it, you have to spend about $1,300 to $1,500 worldwide, because every region and you know every retailer in the region has something different to offer.
Yep. And you know that really pissed me off.
Wow.
And you know that really pissed me off because I played Watch Dogs. I borrowed it, so you know I played it. All right, I'm not even gonna get into how boring the freaking game is, but like you got such a limited amount of stuff to do, because I figured that you know it would at least I still cannot find those 60 minutes worth of content in the PlayStation version.
James, I have one thing. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's been bugging me. I really shouldn't say this online, but you seem to have a lot of hate and dislike towards your PS4, bro.
Damn,
you really do.
That's true.
Every time I hear you talk about PS4, it's like a lot of rage and frustration.
I wasn't really talking about PS4. I was talking about Watch Dogs.
Which you own on what system?
Yeah, but it's like if I have it on Xbox One, I'm still gonna complain about it.
No, the thing is that you were complaining about the 60 extra.
Oh yeah, the 60 extra
minutes on the PS4
well, that's
version.
Sony's part. That's Sony's part because it's also on PS3. But the thing is,
I mean, it's not that you hate the PS4; it's that you feel disappointed about it.
I'm really disappointed by my purchase.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to say you hate it. It's just I hear it almost all the time from you, so I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it. Wow. Continue.
In other words, we can tell there's a little animosity towards the PS4.
Yeah.
Look, I really want.
Shepard.
Listen.
Out of all of us here, I'm the psychologist, and that doesn't seem wrong to me. The dude's just disappointed in what he bought.
I don't blame him if that's how he truly feels. It's just gotten to the point where I'm like, dude, if you have to, I don't know, write a letter to Sony or sell your system or something. I don't know.
I'm telling you, but
It's bumming me out because I was thinking about getting a PS4.
I know the core of it appears.
Don't lie. Do not tell that lie.
No,
but
I'm intending on getting probably all the systems eventually anyways, but I'm just saying that was going to be my next purchase. Now I'm leaning towards Xbox. Still Instinct looks beautiful.
Try and get that PS4 before Sony goes bankrupt. Did I say that?
No. Once they go bankrupt, if they go bankrupt, you can get it quicker at a cheaper price.
No, you know what though? That brings up something. Someone released a video about a few weeks back saying they actually sold their current PS4 so they can get the white one when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm not gonna mention any names, But
No.
they sold their PS4. Like, he made the video, he made it seem like he was disappointed in the PS4. Like, ain't no games. He's like, no, I'm just messing with you. I actually sold my, I sold my PS4 because I want to get that new white one when Destiny comes out. It's like, so you took a loss on your PS4 and the games you had, which I think were like 3 or 4 games, and just to get the brand new white one, which is going to still be the same, but just be white.
What was I
No,
saying
the
about
dude
Image
you're
earlier?
talking
What was
about
I saying
still
about
actually
Image
has
earlier?
all of his games.
Well, I ain't
He
gonna
didn't
lie
sell
to you.
his games off.
Yeah, he just has to log back in and he'll get them all, so it's not a permanent loss.
No, he didn't sell off his games. That was part of the ploy. He was messing with people to see who was going to unsubscribe to his channel.
Yeah, I'm like, common
Games.
sense. Who really needs it?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I could really care less, but I do admit that white PS4 does look kind of beautimous.
Anyway,
Yeah, actually. But the fact of DLC, but yeah, so I'm still waiting for those. I'm still trying to find those other tidbits of that DLC in there, but it's just DLC really has gotten to the point where now they're making it. That's why I'm scared for even the future consoles, man. Where they might even have it built in where it's just like, please insert $5 to open disc tray. I'm really scared of that. I really am scared.
Here's a question though. Where would that $5 go if you're inserting $5?
Oh, you just put your credit card in, man.
The way you said it, I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. You just pull your money back out.
I think $15 for like 4 map packs is too much.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't start out that way, because I can honestly say I was an avid Call of Duty player. Modern Warfare 1 and 2, each one of those games probably got well over 1,000 hours for me. But Modern Warfare 1, the map pack was $5. And after one game in the year, they actually gave it away for free.
Wait, and how many maps were part of that DLC?
4. It was 4.
Okay.
And what's so funny, they only had one map pack, but it wasn't a classic map. It was all 4 new maps, $5. Then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I think this is part of the activists because Robert Bowling actually expressed his dislike for this before he left the company. But they went from $5 to $15, saying we're going to give you, instead of 4 new maps, we're going to give you 3 new maps and 2 classic maps from Modern Warfare, 1. And so people were kind of outraged. It's like, hold on, you just went up like 3 times the amount. And now I'm getting less new maps and 2 old ones. Thank you for bringing me back a favorite map, but $15 each. I mean, for the whole pack. In the end, it's just a damn map. I'm not getting a new pack. I'm not getting an add-on to the story. You're not even really extending the multiplayer experience. You're basically just giving me an extra map to play on, which realistically, if you go by the lobbies that you're sitting in, one of those new maps may come across 1 out of every 10 matches.
So
Ken,
this is the question.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Everybody expressed, displeasure with this new move and so forth, but what you need to ask yourself is how many still went out and bought it, because we're kind of beating around the bush here. We're kind of tippy-tapping around what the real issue is, and that's the gamers.
Correct.
Where DLC is concerned. The video game industry is a reflection of the gamers and what they want. Okay, if you set the precedent and you tell these companies, it's okay, it's all right, I'll pay that money, I want that content, even though I know it's nonsense, I'll pay the money you want from me still. They're just going to keep on finding a new low to sing to. Now
Well,
we
they,
have
already, they already have. If you think
now
of
we have people
Ground
selling,
Zero.
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
We have
already-
people selling demos,
But
right?
see,
That-
me personally, I didn't buy. I bought the Modern Warfare 2 map packs. I did, but Modern Warfare 3, I bought just a collector's version that came with all the whole season pass. But even that, I was disappointed. But I can definitely say Black Ops 2 didn't buy any Modern Warfare. I mean, Black Ops didn't buy any Modern Warfare 3 didn't buy any, and Ghost I didn't even buy the damn game. Like I caught on to this shit real quick. It's like, hold on. You're charging $10, $15 for these map packs. Well, now it's season passes $50. But the problem I have is when you for example, demos for games. When you download a demo, if you don't like the game, you know not to buy it. But when I buy a map pack and I hate the maps, I can't give them back. I'm just out of money. Period.
Okay, here's the thing though. Where DLC is concerned, DLC isn't the first type of expansion content we've had. We had actual add-ons. The name is expansions, expansion packs, right? So those
we
were
had
almost
Capcom.
we have Capcom, but we had whole other games. It was almost a whole other game that you got in these expansion packs. And now that we have this convenient way, this method to get downloadable content almost instantly within the snap of a finger, it seems that the industry is taking a dive, and that's because the gamers, again, the gaming industry is like a reflection, it's like a child. The child is going to continue to push and push and push to see how much he or she is going to be able to get away with. And if you don't put your boot down, if you don't say no, then they're going to continue pushing and pushing, and eventually it's going to get to a point you're going to be sitting there wondering, how did it get to this? When really and truly you were an instrument in the progression in this direction. So a lot of people ask me when I say things like this, so what do you want us to do? How are we supposed to judge what's good DLC, what's bad DLC? You're spending the money. Judge the value. You paid $60 for the game. Why on earth does 3 maps cost quarter the price of the full game? Did you get quarter of the game for the $15, which is quarter of the full game price? No. Judge the price. I'm not saying don't buy DLC. I'm not trying to get people to go up to Activision's office with pitchforks and torches and burn them down.
I am.
And tar and feather them. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not even saying DLC is an evil thing overall. I'm just saying use your goddamn common sense. Know how hard you work for that money that you're giving to these people for nonsense, and judge the value. That's all. Eventually,
I just think that the industry today, I think they're just greedy with money when it comes to DLC.
Yeah, but like Vince said, though, I mean, we are the ones that are encouraging that. Because, for example, prime example, when Sony released the PS3, how many of us were actually willing to spend that $600?
I did. No, I wasn't.
I didn't consider it now one damn time. And when we heard about the Red Ring of Death, how many of us actually that didn't own one ran out and bought one after we heard about the huge failure rate? I didn't. But what happened is Sony had to lower that price within 9 months of the system coming out, if not sooner. Took even a bigger loss, but even still, people ran out and bought it. Just like with the PS4 right now. It's common sense. Like Michael said, it's not so common anymore. But it's common sense that they have virtually no game. When you're releasing 2 remasters that have both came out less than basically than a year and a half, I mean, that lets you know there are no games. When your 2 games don't even score that well when it comes to media outlet reviews, not that I care, you should know you have no games. But people are still buying the PS4 based on this promised hype that greatness awaits. I even went to Walmart today. Do you know they're still playing trailers on the PS4 demo for NBA Live 2014? Like, wasn't that game canceled?
Yeah, it was canceled.
But they still got a demo for that game playing. And someone's going to buy that game based on that damn fake hype. Because we're the ones encouraging it. If we stop buying to bullshit, when people ran out and bought that damn demo for $40, they're basically told the industry we can even just release a part of a game. So why even make free demos anymore for download? We can just charge them for it. They just told the industry right there that we would pay for even a demo. And I'm ashamed that gamers as a whole fell into that shit. I mean, people told you before the game came out it's only 1 to 2 hours long, and that's if you slow. So you mean to tell me that someone can tell you that this game is practically a demo for the upcoming game? It's a demo. You still pay $40 and the game sold 1 million copies? You're dumb as shit. You are telling them they can do this to us, and they're not going to stop. We're like Game said, eventually somebody's going to try this one day. They're going to make it to where we're going to start buying DLC. Like the first part of the game is going to be $60. It's going to be like a quarter of the game. And they're going to say, pay $50 and you want the rest of the game. Someone's going to try this, and a million gamers are going to pick it up.
I'm sorry to inform you, but that's already happening, or at least it's in its infancy right now. Have you ever heard of episodic content?
Yes.
I mean, Last of Us and Wolf Among Us, I know.
Exactly. It's like, pay this amount for episode 1, episode 2 coming next month. What? Yeah,
I mean,
that's very
the thing is, I love. Now the thing is with me, I love those things, right? I love The Walking Dead, and I love the Wolf Among Us. All right, I've been actually playing those for a very long time, ever since The Walking Dead was really out there, and then I heard about Wolf Among Us, but of course I game shared, but yeah, it's just those type of things, I would say when you, all right, when if it's an episodic kind of thing like that, it should be on a disc or digitally all together, right? It should be on a disc digitally all together, just for $40, right? Because for real, this is not a full-on $60 price tag. Even make it less, $30, because it really is not that much with these episodic things. I mean, now I don't like the way that they're doing it, where you have to buy this episode and then it's like, how can I say? Then you have to wait for a while for the next portion of the game to buy that part. But they should really start with completing the whole thing. Make it like episodic, but don't make it where we have to wait and feel like, oh, so we're just buying bits and pieces of the game, right?
See,
so
here's the thing. You know why I absolutely hate episodic content, in addition to everything else that I don't like about poorly utilized DLC?
Mhm.
When's the last time did HBO charge you for a new episode in a season? Exactly.
Well, they kind of don't have the right to with their high-ass prices.
You think any TV watchers out there who primarily watch TV, not in the game industry, would sit down and take that and be like, what bullshit is this? Get out of here. HBO, I'm not paying for a new episode of Game of Thrones. Get out of here with that shit.
Well,
Right?
technically you are, because you're paying for HBO to be able to get it.
No. That's a subscription service. I'm talking about paying for the episode. Don't try to bury this semantics.
I'm just saying, either way, you're still paying for it. It's not free.
Okay, so are you paying for the CW? Are you paying for episodes of Arrow? That's what your basic cable, right? Would you
I
consider
don't watch
that
it, so
paying
I
as
don't
well?
really care.
No,
Alright,
this is how it is. This is how he's trying to describe it, right? It is a subscription service, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, what happens if you had to pay for HBO, right?
And each individual
One
episode.
episode at a time.
Time.
Right? You have to pay
Well,
for
Well,
I have a better example.
what I would look at, like, okay, bye.
I'm telling you.
As far as I understand, those episodic games have the first episode for free in case you don't like the game.
Well, actually, that only happened for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that was only the
so
first
hard.
Walking Dead.
And
You
then
know
the
what,
second
That has to be
season,
the paradigm for all those episodic games. I mean, that
The-
should be.
the
But-
second
Well, you
season
see,
didn't have it.
again, you are pointing to what I believe is the game that started the popularity behind episodic content. Again, that was the one that set the precedent. They put it out free. Let's see how much of these people bite on this. And then the next time it's like, oh well, they loved it, so the first one's not going to be free this time. So that's the way it goes. That is exactly the way it goes. If you go to the theater to watch Guardians of the Galaxy or Planet of the Apes, and they tell you the first 10 minutes is free, the next 10 minutes you got to pay. What the
Oh, that's bull. No.
Well, I'm gonna be like this: if I'm already in the theater, you can't charge. You let me in.
That'll be funny. It's like it's like you're sitting there in the theater, right, watching, and then one of the guys that work there is just like blindfold you. It's just like, if you want to see the grass, it's
Yeah, you got to pay.
It's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's
somebody did that
So
to
much
me. That punched
negativity
the
is
jaw.
hurting my ears. Can we jump to the part that we say how to fix these problems and how DLC should
Oh,
be?
Just don't do it.
I have already told you how to fix it. I already
Exactly.
told you how to fix it.
And that's but that's what,
Self-control. That's all it is. Self-control.
and
All
that's the
these
thing.
hype and
That-
ads
No,
and
no,
all
no,
this
not
stuff.
us, not
No,
us. How they, as a company, should operate DLC.
No. But see, that's the problem. See, that's where the misconception is. It's not their fault.
It's ours.
Companies
Their
only
job is
Well,
to make
no,
I say it's equal.
no. It's companies only do what we allow them to do. And you can say as
Exactly.
gamers, you can even say as a government. You think we could actually, you think gas would still be $4 a gallon? What if right now just one state said, you know what? I'm not going to work today. I'm not going to pay for any gas. Just for 1 week, I bet you gas drops. And I bet you a lot of things change. But we are so
Exactly.
concerned with ourselves that all it takes is one person to be like, well, man, I got bills to pay. Yes,
No,
we
you-
stand
you
together.
Exactly, and that's Ken said it perfectly, and that's the whole thing. We're quick to blame these companies, but at the end of the day, they work for us. So
Exactly.
it's based on
They
our
want our
action.
money.
If we don't unite in such a
Right.
manner, they're just gonna keep taking advantage.
Like
Guys.
here's a bigger example, like Ground
Guys.
Zero. We all know it's a
One sec.
demo.
Sorry.
One sec, guys. Just it's really late. I've had a massively long week at work, so I'm gonna drop off this one from now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I guess do your quick sign out, bro. And
Alright, guys. I want to stay in for the whole thing that work and life hits you.
worries.
Yeah, we're humans and shit.
So but it's been good to be on here. And definitely look forward to being on the next one. Hopefully, I'll have more time and have more energy to stay through it all. But as I always say, guys, play your games, enjoy your games, just have fun, and most importantly, be yourself. See ya.
All right, man.
Hmm.
Peace
All right.
out, Micah.
peace. Take care.
Yeah, man. People,
But as
you gotta understand. A lot of these gamers out here, they don't understand the hierarchy. They don't understand the chain of command. You are on top, not below. They serve us. We do not serve them.
Exactly. And like even with, for example, like I was going to say earlier, Ground Zero. Now, this was a test for them. It really was. Now, just imagine if that game would have sold, let's just say, 1,000 copies. Where people said, our gamers say, man, fuck, I'm not going to pay $40 for a demo of a game. Like, do you think they would be trying to test this shit again? No. That game would have probably dropped down to like $5 to $10 quickly, and it still probably wouldn't sell. And if they would have came out in the beginning, let's say for Final Fantasy 13 2, and said, well, we put about 6% of the story in the game, but we're going to be releasing DLC a week after release so you can get the rest of the story. You think it would have sold as many copies? No, that's why they keep that from you. That's why if they release a game, then they say we have day one DLC, or it's like a week later, or a few months later, because they tell you that in the beginning the games wouldn't sell well. But if we stop buying the bullshit, they'll stop making it because they're not making their money back. Who wants to spend $100 million on making a game and only make back $10 million?
Okay. Okay, this is a public service announcement for the gamers. You, gamer, you are not the most important thing in the game industry. You are the only important thing in the gaming industry.
There we
If
go.
you talk, they listen. So talk.
No.
No. It's not necessarily talk. Take
Talk with your
action.
money.
That's what I mean by talking.
Yeah.
By all sense of the word.
And you
All
want to
right.
make a bigger impact? Unite with other gamers. We
Yeah,
have
that's what
more
happens
power
with the
as a group.
Microsoft bullshit. The always online DRM. I think the Connect. They
Right.
yeah.
And that brings something to mind. With Microsoft changing their stance on the paywall that is Xbox Live, do you think that was because they just up and decided, like, no, we don't need to do that anymore. We made enough money. No, because the 7th-gen consoles, every console allows you to watch Netflix and Hulu without a paywall. And even the 8th-gen console, even the Wii U, it's free to use. Xbox was the only one still requiring Xbox Live. And I'm pretty sure they saw their Netflix users drop, or their Xbox Live subscribers drop a little bit and not use streaming services because they require not only Xbox Live but a subscription with that service. So
It
now
has
they got the
happened.
paywall.
It has happened 3 different times with the Xbox One. First with the DRM thing, they changed it because gamers were like, nah, we don't want none of that shit. And they compared the numbers between the pre-order numbers in the Xbox One and the PS4, and so yeah, well, they're threatening us, and they're being real about it. They're not actually still going to pre-order the system. It happened again with the Netflix thing, as Ken just said.
And the Kinect.
And once more with the Kinect. You're actually seeing the response with the Xbox One doubling in sales, so people are responding and saying, we're not buying it if Kinect is in there. Okay, we'll take out Kinect. Great, now we're going to buy it. That's the way it's going to be. You think the next console, Microsoft will have the balls, knowing how we think about the Kinect, to actually make Kinect a mandatory thing? No, because they already saw what we think about it. It's like, nah, these people are not going to buy the system if we force a camera on them. So next time we're going to make sure not to do that from the beginning. That's the way it is. That's the way they learn. We teach them. We guide them along. We show them what we are willing to spend our money on and what we are not. When you go out there and you support bullshit, expect bullshit. That's the way it is.
And see, Sony's learning too, because Sony's doing the opposite. they say they're about games, but of course their E3 was about, other services and other devices, and they got a backlash about that. Now, some true fans, I won't call them fanboys, I would say true fans of Sony, believe that they had a great conference, showing all this stuff, offering all these services. Yes, but most people that like Sony, they didn't like what they saw, and that's with a backlash to them. That's why their sales, even in Japan, even though consoles sales kind of suck over there, that it has dropped below the Wii U because that hype is gone, and they're seeing from what they see, only really one console is offering what they really want in a home console. But overall, we're creating this shit. We're making it happen. Now, I will say that even though we may have a voice with our wallets, it still takes a CEO or a company to actually want to listen willingly. Like the new guy over Xbox, he's actually listening because he's a gamer. He understands. But we've had a few CEOs that, regardless of what we may have said, they just kept on going. And the fanboys, although they bitched about it, they came back around and said, "Okay, I'll buy it anyway." So how you gonna bitch about map packs being $15 when you turn around and bought both of them?
Yo, I have never, not once.
Now that you mention map packs over and over again, wouldn't you like the Call of Duty game to be a subscription service?
No, to be honest, because it already is basically. Because every year they have a season pass with it that costs $50.
I was gonna say there's season pass. My next one.
Yeah, but so to me, it doesn't need to be a subscription-based game. What Call of Duty needs to be, which they claim they're going to do but still are not doing, it needs to be a game that comes out every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I'm tired of that yearly stuff with games nowadays.
Yeah, like to me,
time and make the game right.
Release Modern Warfare. Let's say in this game, okay, Advanced Warfare. Support that game for 3 years. Release DLC, free or extremely cheap DLC, because like Zen said, you're giving me damn maps. If the game comes to 20 maps and a story, and you're giving me 4 maps, why should I pay you a quarter the price of the game? So if you give me 3 maps, I shouldn't pay any more than about $5 for all 4 of those maps together. So release maps and maybe new guns and skins for free throughout the years. Because let's think about it. Modern Warfare 2, and these are realistic numbers, people. It made $1 billion in 17 days. It actually beat Avatar's record, which is a movie, by the way. So $1 billion in 17 days. I can guarantee they did not spend over $100 million in marketing and production costs for Modern Warfare 2. So why not give some of that money back? And it isn't like it is now where, with the previous Call of Duty games where they had 3, 4, 5 different developers working on the game. Back then, it was only Infinity Ward. Strictly them. There was no one else even helping them out with that game. So, if your game costs I will go ahead and say $200 million, you put in a really big marketing campaign, which they did do. They hired rappers and hip-hop artists. They had some funny commercials and YouTube streams, so I give them credit. Let's say $200 million total cost for that game. You made $1 billion in a little over 2 weeks. You should be giving back to your friend. We should get DLC for the next 4 years for free. You're not hurting for money. You've already financed the next game. In fact, it's almost finished.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely right. Where annualized games are concerned, was a huge Assassin's Creed fan.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, exactly. Like after Assassin's Creed 3, I was done with the series because I started realizing trying to make it yearly.
After Assassin's Creed 4, man, after I realized that whole game was a prequel to 3, because I thought, and the entire modern storyline was just messed up. It just didn't make any sense. That's when it clicked, and that's when it began to make sense. The story of Assassin's Creed has been ruined by the annualization of the franchise, because the story pretty much has no value at this point. It's just another game. It's just more of the same. I really don't think I'm going to go out there and buy Unity. I just don't think I'm going to do it, at least not at full price, not new. It's crazy. I've heard people say, I'm tired of Call of Duty. I'm tired of Call of Duty. Are you?
They're still
really?
buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Unity, like a lot of gamers, they were complaining about no female characters in the game.
Oh yeah, well, that's just Ubisoft being Ubisoft, and that's just them doing their bullshit. I'm telling you, they're
I
becoming
agree.
the French EA.
I really admire their balls lying to your face, man.
hmm
I'd do that in my work, and my ass would be fired right away.
And see, here's a prime example of when you notice bullshit and you stop supporting it. As I said, the last game I really bought was Black Ops 2 on the Wii U because it was, in fact, the definitive version of that game. Now, I didn't buy, when people bitch about why didn't the Wii U get map packs, I will always say in Miiverse and everywhere else, why are you bitching about not paying for DLC? I mean, Nintendo has shown me that they can give away DLC free, and it's actually great DLC. I mean, they haven't. To me, the DLC they released for Pikmin, it was cheap as hell. What, $2?
Yo,
I mean,
there's even a better example of that. Luigi U. They pretty much gave you the whole Super Mario Bros. U game for a third of the price.
exactly.
So yeah.
And then on top of that, with Call of Duty, I didn't buy Ghost, and I can tell you right now. I even told Jay this. I can go get Ghost right now on Newegg on the Wii U for $20. I can go to Best Buy and price match Amazon for $13.47. I checked it out today, and I still will not buy that game because I don't want to support the bullshit. I
Exactly, man.
don't.
Like I was saying, man. You know, people keep saying, "I'm tired of Call of Duty. I'm tired of Call of Duty." The question is, are you? You're gonna still go out there and buy this year's edition. You're gonna buy Advanced Warfare. You're gonna buy Call of Duty 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 19, and 20 because you're in it. You can't stop. You can't help yourself. And as a result, they're gonna continue making the same game. Call of Duty, in my mind, hasn't changed since Modern Warfare 4. It's been the same game.
No, you're right. It
Okay,
hasn't.
now, I need
Here's
a
the
reality
problem.
check from you guys. Um, what happened? I gotta say reality check because I know back then I was a little naive. I didn't really know all the craziness going on. What happened to the love in making these games? Because it seems like they just kind of put everything on like an assembly line and then give it out to us. What happened to taking your time and trying to bring the quality content so people love the game and want to buy it again?
I
Well,
would,
that's the thing.
me personally, I would say kind of Capcom started that because even though they put love in their games, it's like Capcom always had ideas about what they wanted to put in their games, and they would have excuses like we didn't have enough development time, or when the game went to press, that's when we finally realized that you could have put this in there, and that's how you got Turbo Ultimate editions of the same game. And to me, companies like Activision, EA, they want to see if that shit will work in today, and they tried it with with Call of Duty. They tried it with Assassin's Creed, and they did this all throughout the damn seventh gen. We
What?
didn't get this in the sixth gen. We got it all throughout the seven because we got a Call of Duty every year. We got an Assassin's Creed every year, and there were a few other games that came out almost every single year. And when they saw that it worked, and they made $1 billion off of each iteration, even they had the stats themselves. It's a fact. You can Google it right now. Anyone can see that the pre-orders and the amount of sales from Call of Duty has dropped every year since Modern Warfare 2. It really has dropped.
hmm
But
But
they noticed, but all they done is say, what we're gonna. They finally said after what 7 years, we're gonna take it from a yearly iteration to we're gonna put it at 3-year development time. And you're releasing one this year? Bullshit.
that's right. That is absolutely right. But again, we started it. We propagate it. We keep it going. I mean, that's what happens when you reward bad behavior. Shepard said, "What happened to the loving games?" Well, that's it. It's gone because back then, in the sixth generation and before that, love, when people sort of love that you had for your franchise, for your games, for your iterations and so forth, that was rewarded. But now everything is rewarded regardless. So you have companies thinking, so why do I have to make so much effort if no matter what I do, I still get the same money?
I figured it goes back to the gamers and us falling for the nonsense.
hmm
True. Because if you think about like the games that weren't worth even just a playthrough back then. I mean, most of the games still got something like I think about EA Big when they had NFL Street, NBA Street, FIFA Street. That series, SSX, those
Dude, I
games
love
were
that
great.
series.
I have all those, and that was when EA used to kick major ass. But then now we got the iterations, and it's like they tried it once, and they saw the money they made. Because we as gamers, when we play a great game that we just can play over and over, we want the next iteration quick. In our minds, it's like, man, I just beat Final Fantasy 7. God, I gotta have 8. We do want it the very next month if we can get it, but a game can't be made in a month or two, not of that caliber. So what happens?
Well, yeah, a game can be made in a month, just not a very good one.
Yeah, I said of that caliber. So,
E.T.
so basically, if you want a sequel to that game, typically it's supposed to take 2 years or more, and you need a big development team to do it. But since we want it sooner, they started half-assing it. Well, let's go ahead and to me, Final Fantasy 13, 1, 2, and 3 could have all been one game. One game. It should have been one damn game.
I gotta digress. Actually, no, it actually couldn't.
It could be one game.
That was actually no. Because the thing is, 13.2 actually took and 13.3 actually take a long time. So it just also depends on what you can fit on that disc, man. Because
I got one example. Final Fantasy 7,
stop.
3 discs.
I was gonna. Yep. Not only that.
Final Fantasy 7 was 4
disc
disc actually, but yeah.
Okay, you also have to keep in mind what Ken also was trying to say is that it could have been one game. Period. They probably made all this extra content on purpose to stretch it out so they could make more money. If they actually reworked the storyline properly, I'm sure they could make it into one really big game. But because they want to make more money off of it, they decided, you know what? Let's just flesh it out into 3 different parts.
But actually, that's not really true because the thing is that when you create a series, right? You have this basically plan, right?
Right.
So you want to create a series, but the thing is, you can't fit that all into one game.
Here's the thing, Games. Wait. Here's the thing, Games. I'm sorry to do this, man, but I'm gonna have to go against you in this one. You know I'm not
going like again like.
I'm a 13 lover just like you, but I gotta admit they do have a point because Final Fantasy, the name of the series, it's right there. Final Fantasy, one story. Usually revolving around the end of their world, and when you resolve that crisis, that's it. Return into that world, you're not going to see those characters again. This type of thing began with 10.2, right? Where they thought, people went out on board 10.2, so I guess, we don't have to change up the world every time. You don't have to make new characters. We just reuse assets and give them more of what they liked, but they went on and bought it. And then now, we have, the whole 13 franchise. Yeah, it was planned. I'm not saying you're wrong. The Fabula Nova Crystallis series. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying at the beginning of Final Fantasy, the series, that was the way it was intended to be. It was supposed to be one world, one time. When they're done with that, that's it. They go to a completely different universe, a different crisis, a different protagonist, a different antagonist. Everything was just different, but now they seem, because of us, to have the idea in their heads that, hey, we could return to the same world again, and they're going to buy it, because we did.
And even when playing those games, like we play Final Fantasy, 13, 1, 2, and 3, some of those worlds and places you go through,
I have a confession
exactly the same.
The way it actually started from, and I'm part of the problem in that regard, is the whole Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice thing. Because they made a ridiculous amount of spin-offs off of Ivalice itself. That's when Square was like, you know what? Let's start, and that's what happened with 10.2. Because it actually started off with Final Fantasy Tactics with Ivalice. They made 3-4 spin-offs on the Game Boy Advance.
But, a better example of this kind of nonsense would be Battlefield 4. If you bought Battlefield 4 at launch, you experienced the brokenness that was that game, where it didn't even function even close to what it was supposed to be or imagined to be by the developers. You had all these apologies and all of these patches that fixed some things but broke yet still other that still isn't working the way it's supposed to be. And yet now we have Battlefield Hardline coming this year. If you were one of those who bought Battlefield 4 at launch, experienced that nonsense, complained about it, and still go out and buy Battlefield Hardline, you are part of the problem. I'm sorry.
True.
You are.
I will have to agree with that because if you bought a broken game that is to this day still broken, and yet you're still trying to go online and play this game, I'm sorry, but if I buy a game that's broken, like honestly, when I got Modern Warfare 3 and the Call of Duty Elite thing that came out, it even 9 months later, it still didn't give me all the services it was promised. So I made a promise that I'm not going to buy a 2.0. And then when they said they were about to release with the next game, I said no. I said I'm not going to buy 2.0. You haven't even fixed 1.0.
And
Like,
essentially, Hardline is supposed to be an add-on. Hardline should be DLC. That should be DLC. Because all it really is cops and robbers. When you really think about it. That
Yeah.
should be DLC. It should be Battlefield 4 Hardline. That is what it should.
Battlefield plus Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Basically.
I mean, it's ridiculous. This shouldn't be a whole separate game because you're selling me, or you want to sell me, another game the following year when the previous year doesn't even work yet. How about you fix that one, and then we'll talk about the new game.
But like you say, they're gonna run out and they're gonna buy it on their next gen consoles, even though we're in the current gen now. But they're gonna run out and they're gonna buy it, and it may still be broken to some extent, and they're gonna still praise the game while at the same time complaining about it. And that, to me, it doesn't make sense. It's like if you hate something, you hate something. If you love it, you love it. Don't get me wrong. When I play a game, I don't like it. Even though it's for a moment, I don't like it. I won't say I hate something and then praise it the very next minute. Like, I don't say I hate the Wii U and then praise the fact that it has the most games on it. It's nothing like that. I genuinely love the system. It has its flaws, but I still do love the system. But today, people just want to play. It's like people want to just be a part of a crowd. They want to fit a certain
Everybody wants to
demographic.
fit in.
Exactly. It's like they buy Battlefield and Call of Duty because everyone else bought it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love playing with the crowd. I love playing online with friends. I really do. But am I going to buy a broken-ass game because all my friends have it? Hell no. Because to me, the last time I bought a game at full price was probably about 10 years ago. I usually get them brand new for a big discount. But even still, that's my hard-earned money. Why would I buy a game that's almost unplayable?
Mm-hmm. It is
Even though
absolutely
my
ridiculous.
friends got it, why would I buy that game? Because more than likely, even though they have it, what are the chances of me being able to connect to them and be able to maintain a connection and play with them to enjoy the game itself? Like, I didn't buy Splinter Cell because all my friends had it on the Wii U, because honestly, I don't have many friends that have a Wii U, not around me. I didn't buy Tekken because I had people on the Wii U that had Tekken. I bought it because I like Tekken, and I want to play it, and the Wii U was the best value. I bought Call of Duty because I like Call of Duty, not because I have a ton of friends that play it.
Now you see,
This is where I use Shadow Fox's quote. You play games to have fun. You play games to impress people.
what you're dipping into right now, Ken. What you're dipping into right now. We're leaving gaming. We're entering society as a whole, because in society we have a bunch of followers and very few leaders. So
Of course.
it just takes one dude to jump off the cliff, and the whole herd just does it too. What's that dumb animal that does that?
Lemmings.
What?
Lemmings, but it's actually been
Lemmings.
exaggerated. They're not quite as dumb as people think they is, but that's an entire National Geographic topic.
Yeah, true,
Another
true,
time.
true. I'm just using that as an example, but the fact of the matter is, there are too many followers in society, and it leads into gaming as well, because, people game, and they bring their real world habits, or bad habits, should I say, their baggage to the gaming verse, If
But-
it, hmm?
But another thing that I think is part of the problem is when we do find a great experience, like Wonderful 101, like Super Luigi U, like Pikmin, the people that do love it, we don't take enough time to actually spread that love of the game. We play it, we may tell our friends about it, but if you really think about it realistically, the typical gamer that does love games, we don't spend enough time talking about the game, even to strangers.
Well,
but the
actually-
person that loves Call of Duty will spread this shit like a wildfire.
Well, actually, from what I'm seeing, a lot of the real gamers don't even get caught up in this stuff. They don't go online for this crap. They don't. They look at message boards maybe for FAQs, but they don't know and they don't care. They don't talk to nobody else, but they're close group of friends, and that's it.
Again, what Ken just brought up is another example of the follower mentality, the lack of leaders, because these people who share thoughts about these games, right? It is easier to walk up to someone or to approach someone, even if you know them, whether you know them or you don't, and say, "Hey, you should experience this new Call of Duty," because something in their minds are telling them this would be an easier concept to get across to them. It'd be easily understood. To walk up to somebody and say, you should experience 101, Wonderful 101. They already know that concept is going to be a lot harder to communicate. And so they just don't try. They're like, I'm going to go the easier route. I'm going to go with the popular thing because it's popular. They probably heard of COD, and everybody pretty much knows about COD. Right? So whether you game or you
nailed it on
don't.
the head. You nailed it right on the head, Zone.
I mean,
Yep,
but
so-
like another example, how many? Like I was at Walmart, I think about 2 weeks ago, and I actually was in the gaming department, and it was like a little 10-year-old boy, and I guess like his mom was with him, and I guess he was trying to figure out which system he wanted to buy. The dude was pushing the PS4. Now, if the mom say I'm buying this for me, that's one thing. But even if that's the case, the Wii U is just as good a system as the PS4, better in some ways, in my opinion. Now, I'm pretty sure she was buying it for the kid. Why are you pushing the PS4? Because it's a popular item. It is the most popular item online and in searches today. It is a cool system. It looks like a damn rhombus. I mean, it's a cool system. It has a cool look about it. It has a cool blue light that goes through the middle. These things are basically pretty shells. But when you get to the core of it, which is the games, where are they? How many rated E for Everyone games are on the PS4 or Xbox One?
Greatness awaits, my friend.
No, but seriously, how many E for Everyone games?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
The only thing I can think of right off.
Besides Connect Sports, and things like that, I can't think of any PS4 game that is rated E for Everyone. And here's an even better
Kinect
question.
is actually Xbox, but yeah, I get your point.
And then how many of these other systems out of all three 7th and 8th gen systems, all 6, how many actually come with the game? A actual game. The Wii came with a game. You can say it's a bunch of mini games, but still fun as hell. You have to if you bought the system and Christmas Day everything was closed, you had a game to play. You can't say that for the PS3. You can't say that for the Xbox 360. You can't say it for the PS4 or the Xbox One. They come with shit. But the Nintendo gives you a free game. They basically giving you a free game with every system they've released. But the popular thing to talk about is a system that doesn't give you anything, but it looks cool.
But again, this is really leading right back to what we covered, and you're going deeper into it. That's gaming. Gaming has become cool now. People are not buying gaming to experience the games; they're buying systems for the sex appeal. I've actually heard this.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I've
Buying
heard
it because
it looks good on your entertainment center or whatever. It looks good sitting there, so you buy it for the sex appeal. I'm like, what the hell happened to my hobby, man? Who are these idiots and where did they come from? Seriously.
Sadly, I think this is probably, and as bad as I feel about saying this, it's probably likely in part Nintendo's fault with the Wii.
All right, but yeah, I can see why.
Because it made gaming more popular, more people got into it, and then they progressed out to other consoles, and then they got this mindset, well, this is for adults, so I have to play this, instead of, this is what I enjoy, so I should play this.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I don't know where that. Yeah, you're right. They have a part to play in it, but in general,
they didn't intentionally do it, but it's in part their fault.
Yeah, it is in part their fault. But, we got these people out here buying systems for sex appeal and because it looks good and because they're friendly.
Or the comment for the general male audience. Oh, it's because it makes me seem more manly.
It seems more manly, yeah.
You know what, though?
There's nothing manly about playing video games. If you're a man, go outside and play football or pick up martial arts.
No. If you're a man and you want to play a sport, go play rugby.
Exactly.
But you know what though? I can.
Zen knows about that.
My fiance's brother, when he was over here for 4th of July, when the family was here, he wanted to plug in his cell phone to play, to watch, the illegally downloaded version of, X-Men: Days of Future Past, which is a good movie. Now, I heard him bragging, saying, you know, because like he couldn't plug like his phone up to my Wii or whatever, and he's like, well, I can plug this into my Xbox One. You know, I got the Xbox One with the new Kinect 2.0, and it's like this and that. And then he was talking about Titanfall, saying, you know, man, that game was fun. I said, but dude, what happens in 2 years when they turn those servers off? All you got is a damn, all you got is a coaster. That disc is a coaster. It is a paperweight. He says, well, all I do is play my games online, so they don't bother me. I don't need a one-player mode. I'm like, dude, are you? I said, are you listening to yourself right now? So you mean to tell me that you don't need a game in which you can play it by yourself without an internet connection? Because you don't always have friends to play online with. I have plenty of Wii U friends in my friends list, and I can honestly say there's been times when I log online, there's no one online.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You know, if I have had a real life conversation with a couple of gamers, or you know, different types of gamers, and one of them walked up to me and said, "I say, what system you got, man?" I'm just gonna name one randomly, so don't take this any kind of way. Say, I got an Xbox One because it's cool. You know, we use Kitty. That's the end of the conversation. I'm turning away. I'm walking off. Say, okay, that's all I got to say to you, dude.
Same here. My friend was like that. He actually enjoyed playing Luigi's Ghost Mansion on the Nintendo Land, and we were all sitting here just having a blast for like hours. We were all playing it. Even he sat down and played it, but he just said, "Well, the system's too kiddie for me." I'm like, "You just saw me shoot 5 dudes in the head yesterday playing Splinter Cell."
Exactly, man.
You just saw this. I just
don't get me wrong.
Went on kill streak on Call of Duty.
Listen, it's the whole brainwashing everyone trying to fit in. Like, I can give you an example. My nephew's only turned 14. He came over and talked all this mess, all Call of Duty, blah, 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 and then Nintendo Wii U's a kiddie game, and Nintendo Wii U doesn't do this and do that and do that, and I'm like, okay, here's a controller, pick up the game and play it. 1 hour later, I have to get this.
Mm-hmm. It is crazy.
Wonderful 101, he played Nintendo Land, he played Mario 3D Land, and he turned around and was like,
I'm sorry, really Wonderful 101 is not a kiddie game, not in any sense.
Exactly, no, but a lot of people are like,
in that game alone.
Oh, innuendos alone are insane in that game. Oh my god.
But here's what I've always said to people who say Nintendo's kiddie. I'm like, and I'll just look back at last generation. Well, you say Nintendo is kiddie, but yet they were the ones that originally had No More Heroes because it was originally developed for the Xbox 360, but somehow something went wrong, and Nintendo ended up picking it up. I mean, there were other versions. I think one for the 360 and PS3 in Japan. I'm not exactly sure.
They had it for the PS3 also.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the point I can take from it is this: the kiddie-looking games are the ones I've had the most fun with. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm an avid Call of Duty player. I've had some great memories with Call of Duty, Splinter Cell, and other mature-rated games. But I can definitely tell you that I have even more fun memories of putting in 500-plus matches on Mario Kart 64 in battle mode with a friend of mine. I have more memories playing Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii when that game was phenomenal. I've had greater memories on Nintendo games, but just other games that are not exactly adult themed. I don't have to have Grand Theft Auto to feel like I'm a guy. It's like, to me, I've had more fun, better memories, and a longer lasting experience on a kiddie game. You want to know why? Because although Mario is a simple platformer, there are some things about that can get on your damn nerves, especially if you lose like 40 lives on one level.
But here's the thing, man.
I got one thing. Cheap C's on Super Mario Bros. U.
The thing is, we are saying these things not just because, you know, we're Nintendo fans. We're not bashing everyone else. If you walk up to me and you say, hey, you know what? I enjoy shooters. That's all I enjoy. I ask you, so what about other games that we've been mentioning here? And your answer to that is, well, you know, they're okay, but they're not just my kind of thing. That's good, because you like what you like, and you should do that, right? You know, forge your own identity, do your thing. But the minute you walk up to me and say, you know, that's kiddie and I can't play that because I'm an adult. Again, in real life, what I do, my profession, is the mind of the human being. I'm a psychologist. You have problems. You have a point to prove, and you're doing it through gaming, which makes it even worse.
And an example of
the problem is mostly ignorance. When people see the ESRB rating, they think that the ESRB tells you what the game is directed to, and it's not like that. When a
No,
game is
Yeah, like, for
rated
example,
E, it means that it's appropriate for kids. That
Hey.
means that no
This is-
harm would be done to kids. And when it's rated M, that means that kids shouldn't be playing it. And
I know.
that's
I
what
meant
it
it
is.
was for
But you know
kids
what?
nowadays.
A kiddie game for the PS1. I'm not sure how many guys have heard of this game, but it was a hidden gem. You ever heard of Poi Poi?
No.
I've heard of that.
It
I
was a
haven't played it, but
game.
I've heard of it.
This was the game that basically set the pace for Power Stone. It was a four-player game on the PS1 where you had weak characters, medium build characters, and strong characters. You're walking around like a little Power Stone like level, and you have to throw shit at each other. Like that's all it was. You
Here's
were
the thing,
walking around throwing things at each other. That's a kiddie ass game. And I'm sorry, you're talking to
Kevin.
someone that's actually played Hungry Hippo as an adult.
Here's the thing, man, Kevin.
It was freaking awesome, dude. I challenge you to a game of that later.
All of these, rating bureaus and all of these things, they exist for one reason. ESRB, PEGI, SETO, all of them exist for one reason, and that reason is dumb parents. Because I could walk into the store, look at a case, see this dude sawing another man's head off, I could tell that's not for my kid. I don't need you to tell me what rating it is. You're stupid if you can't tell that isn't for your kid. Seriously.
One
Why
second.
can't you tell me
Even
that?
worse.
The reason why these parents buy
Let me
those
jump in. Excuse me. Let me jump in and defend the ESRB real quick.
Boy.
You don't wanna. You're not going to tell me that if you don't see the ESRB rating in Conker's Bad Fur Day, you're not gonna buy that for your kid.
Look, the reason why these parents
People
buy
know.
the child a very mature game because the child all keeps on begging their parents for it. That's why.
Nah, but as a parent, you need to put your foot down, man. You need to say no.
No,
That's
I'm
not you.
going to defend Zen on this one because here's why. I used to work at Best Buy, and many times I had to do the clerk stuff. I remember one time this guy came up to the counter. His little, I think, 18-year-old boy wanted Grand Theft. I think it was like San Andreas back then. And basically, he bought it for the kid. And I even said, well, sir, this game is for mature, 17 and older, this and that. And then he's buying it for the kid. The kid had the game in his hand. He's not buying it for himself. At least that's what I thought. But it's like, you will buy Grand Theft Auto for your kid because they're asking for it? Do some more research. If my kid says if I want Call of Duty, I'm going to do research on it, especially you're only 6 years old.
Here's the worst part, and this, again, goes to dumb parents. The back of every game case tells you what the game is about. All you have to do is flip it over and read.
That's right. I mean, that's crazy, man. Even without the ESRB and all of these other rating bureaus, there's a lot of information that you can find. We live in the age of the internet. Even if these things didn't exist, the easy-to-read letter, even though people still buy, these games for their kids, it says M on the box. But anyway, you go look it up. Look at the game name. Look it up. Your kid keeps telling you, "I want Grand Theft Auto, Dad. I want Grand Theft Auto, Dad." All you need to go.
It's not an option.
Not even a computer. Pick up your phone and search the words Grand Theft Auto. Within 5 seconds, I promise you know what that game's about, and you know it's not for your kid.
And
so
also,
why is it so hard?
We have stupid parents. They're actually blaming video games for the violence, but you're in charge of the child. So why are you blaming video games?
Yeah, because again, stupidity rules, man. It's like I don't understand this. I really just don't understand this. Look, let's put it this way: when I was younger, right, and I want to be perfectly honest here, Shepard could probably tell you about this, but I was not the age I needed to be to play Mortal Kombat, to play Killer Instinct, to play GoldenEye 007. All of these games, they were a few years older than I was, and they had violence. Doom. Don't even get me started on Doom. Like, all of these other games, man. Right? And in most cases, Duke Nukem, I wasn't up to the age where I needed to be to play these games. Right? Right. But here's the thing, though. I didn't take what I saw in those games and go and act it out in real life. And if I did, if I said some shit I heard Duke Nukem say, yo, the belt was coming out. The belt was coming out. I was getting beat for that shit.
The whole thing as a parent is you need to know your kids and make the right decision.
Exactly.
Here's the way it's gotta go. All right. If you know your kid, all right, either has no offense, he has some problems messed up in the brain. Okay. If you know he has something how could I say,
Homicidal tendencies.
That or you know, I'm not really, you know, I really don't know what kind of problems it would be, but I do know some things that like that kids actually will take this stuff and actually
How to do it in real
and
life.
actually do it in real life. Now, the reason they would do this is because, you know, they're not mature enough. You know, they're still kids. They're still like, you know, learning about how to spell pie, and you know, it's just, you know, they're still trying to you know, go through their childhood, and
Their minds cannot process these images and experiences the way an adult mind, a fully grown mind, would be able to.
because
And-
the thing is,
yeah.
you see, that's why it has the rated that's why it's rated M for mature, right? Because you know you're mature and you can take this as a way of, oh, you know, I know this is fake. I know that I can't do this. If I, like Grand Theft Auto, for example, I know I can't go out there and just shoot random people and do whatever the frick I want. You know, I'm mature enough. I understand what's going on. But if you give it to a kid, now there was an incident that happened. It was like a year ago, where this kid picked up a gun and killed his grandmother, and it was
We talking about
yeah.
the kid who played Grand Theft Auto 4,
Yeah.
and
he actually
he
took
killed
it
his
as if, you know, if he shoots somebody, because, you know, Grand Theft Auto has its like things once in a while where you can shoot somebody and they're still alive. Right?
How old was this
He
person?
was 5.
5. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
So basically, still a mind like a sponge that absorbs
Yep.
everything.
Mhm.
Yep. But the thing is, of course, the parents are to blame. I understand that. But the thing is, you don't see, when it has mature rating, you don't give it to your kid. Now the thing is, if you see that your kid is starting to act up because of this stuff, you better take that thing away. Because either way, if you're that dumb, stupid parent that got him this game in the first place and are just like, oh, it says M for mature. Oh, that must mean for the 5 and up. Yeah, you know, you can't be that stupid. And hopefully you know that you better take that thing away from him.
Yo, all I gotta say is, in all of these law cases and suits that, you know.
Oh,
these
but that no, I know it's a
Hang
news.
on.
It's the news.
You know, all of these, you know, suits and stuff that these parents want to bring up against the game industry. I couldn't be the judge in those cases because my very first question.
Look, I would throw that case out.
Are you stupid? That would be my first question as a judge. Are you stupid?
But then again, a lot of these judges also were proactive against video games. So
Yeah,
they
true.
wanted anything they could use to defame the video game industry.
I mean, but look at it from this angle though. When it was just Mario, Sonic, and if you think about the Genesis, Super Nintendo, you know, generation, there weren't very many like games that were just aimed at adults, if any, really. It was mostly playable characters, and there really wasn't enough detail, or if there was violence, it wasn't enough detail to even see, you know, what was really going on. Like, you play like Metal Slug or something like that, you see there's violence, but is it really violence you can actually be like, oh my gosh, like that's horrible? Like, no, it's not. But now you have all this, we want to put detail and focus into mature content. We want to show, you know, breasts jumping up and down. We want to show sex scenes.
Dead or alive.
We want to show slit throats and blood spewing out and heads falling off and real gunshots, real bullets,
Gears of War,
real,
Halo.
you know,
Call
real
of Duty.
weapons. It's like you're trying to simulate things, but it's no need to, because honestly, if it wasn't for all this adult and mature rated shit, we would have a lot less cases of people trying to outlaw games, because who the hell was going to try to sue someone about Mario, you know, falling in a pit or kicking a turtle?
Hey,
Certainly not Peter.
Ken, don't even get. You said something about, you know, breasts jumping up and down. Don't even get me started where the ESRB and all these rating bureaus are concerned when it comes to sex and violence. Okay? Because that is one of the things that proves to me that these systems are broken and completely unnecessary and are only stopgaps for the stupidity of certain parents out there.
Yeah,
Now,
basically.
here's the thing. At which point in any of your lives did you need to take up a chainsaw and cut a man's head off?
No.
No. I want serious question. Never, right? Never?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No.
At which point in your lives would it be necessary for you to have kids, you need to have sex?
Like when you're mature enough and actually
No.
Like around 25.
What I'm asking you is it necessary to have sex in order to have kids?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. Which means that sex
Well,
is
actually,
a natural
there's other
occurrence.
elimination.
There's other methods. There's other methods.
There's other scientific methods,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah,
speaking
other
on
methods,
the
but-
general
Yeah,
sense.
but I get you. I get you.
Yeah, but no one here is Michael Jackson, okay? So
I almost made the noise. I almost did it.
Dude, don't tell me these freaking lily white kids. Don't tell me these little lily white kids are Michael's kids. That dude's black. He's just white on the outside. But anyway, and that is my honest opinion on
Well,
that.
but I'm of a darker complexion, but several of my kids are lighter.
Well, actually, I'll tell you this. I kind of agree with you, Zen, but looking at my nephew, Caden, he doesn't look black at first glance at all. He does
But
not.
there is some of the ethnic features in him, right?
You gotta really look.
But at least
Moving on.
You got to put that under a microscope.
I'm like,
You wanna know
but
something?
he is family, and I love him to death. But some genetics, you never know what could happen, bro. Seriously.
It's
No,
kind of
yeah,
But you know,
just to end this talk,
Yeah.
I can't be as dark as I am because I am dark for those who have never seen me before. My lady is fairly dark. She's lighter than I am, and we have a lily white son because that shit ain't mine.
Okay, that's different.
Hold on.
Okay.
Man. Not necessarily because there's such thing called recessive gene, and it does pop up every now and again.
No. What do they call that? Paternity test. Okay, paternity test because I don't trust that. Okay, that's just me. That's just me. I don't trust that. But anyway, back on topic. The fact of the matter is, sex, sexual content, and the knowledge that comes with that, exposure to these kind of things, is natural. Of course, you're going to get to it at some point in your life, preferably not too early. But the fact of the matter, that is natural. But the way the industry uses sex, the way they talk about it, the way they frame it when they have reason to bring this topic up, it's almost as a violence. It's cool. It's no problem. You shoot a man in the head every day. But seeing a naked woman, that's beyond. You can't do that, right? That is crazy, and it goes to show you how these rating bureaus are broken fundamentally from the ground up.
Oh, you know what?
No, that's society in general.
I got a perfect example of that, though, Zen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you guys have read about this, but did you know that I think it was in Europe, like Peggy, they actually changed the rating for Super Mario 3D World?
What reason?
They said that, it's a 4-player game, right? You can have 4 players on the screen at the same time battling for a, quote-unquote, a crown, which the crown doesn't prove anything at all. There's not really a rating system that they go by when you're playing a game. They just give someone the crown with some invisible statistic. But anyway, they say that battling for this so-called, imaginary crown, of which there are no set characteristics for it or statistics, it causes people to rage. So they actually upped this rating from I think E for everyone to I think it was from E for everyone to T for teen or something like that.
What?
Because I will find it right now, put it on there. But they actually raised the rating because they say the gameplay encourages rage.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
I'm gonna find it right now.
Have these people ever had the opportunity to rate Mario Kart? If that was the case, that game would rated never play this.
That should be any old.
Hell, that would be any Mario Kart game, honestly.
Exactly. Because it's rage? What nonsense. Yo, some people out here.
No, they probably heard a bunch of people whining because the game was too hard for them.
You know what's the thing?
Out over it.
I gotta find something. I'm gonna find something like this though. It's stupid actually because hopefully people know that every single freaking game can make you rage. Just from the simple fact of
no matter what
you're not good at the game and you get angry at it, that's rage.
Yeah, you're gonna get angry at it if you lose or something. I mean, it's really stupid. No, just that fine thing of what you just said, just from what you just said, Ken. Oh my God, that it has to be the most stupidest thing. Because I certainly have raged at games that don't even have something like that, man. Because for real. if you want to talk about rage, yes, Mario Kart, yes, okay. But
That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, man. But
yes.
you know, all of these systems, all of these things, you know, they're just existing because people just don't know how to express themselves, don't know how to control themselves, don't know how to interact with other people, including their own damn kids. So they have to bring up these rules, these laws, these additional things, and just set people within them because nobody knows how to do anything themselves anymore. So they need an official overhead to do it for them.
Hey guys, there it is right there. Like seriously, check it out when you get a chance. They were gonna raise it from E to mature.
Absolutely crazy. You know, Fox News with the Mass Effect stuff. We're talking about the sex scene at the end. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. How did you miss the part where I shot 1,000 soldiers?
You know what makes me mad the most? Is when I hear like the media talking crap about games even though they never played it before, man.
That is
Because
beyond.
the thing is, they don't understand, you know, of why people enjoy them because they never enjoy them themselves, you know? Because people in the news and stuff, they're just doing it, first of all, for their paycheck, all right? Because the thing is, they either do that for their paycheck or just to cause controversy because it's good for them, you know, because they're the news network.
Yes.
And, you know, they all news networks care about, they don't care about what happens out there. They're just doing it for the ratings, man. They're just doing it to get money. So every single time I find somebody or hear somebody that they're just like, oh, you see the news said this and this and this. I'm just like, so you're really going to believe that at the end of the day? You're really just going to believe what they just said. They could say, well, what? They could say that, that bread gives you gingivitis. Like, what? Like, come on. All right,
I stopped caring about or listening to the news the first time they said Nintendo is doomed.
Oh my God!
You know what?
Because honestly, they've been saying that shit for what 20 years, and they're still around.
Are you going by the news or? Well, like, I'm going by news in general, like Fox News, all them.
I'm going by news in general too, but mostly gaming news because honestly, they've said that the whole time without any facts.
Oh,
actually,
but
when facts say otherwise.
Gaming news now. That's another. Oh God.
Oh my gosh. One person I'm really sick and tired of it is Glenn Beck. You guys know who he is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I recently did a discussion video with one of my friends about him, and it's Glenn Beck. He really just read a summary about Watch Dogs, and he just made a whole a whole discussion about that article that he wrote, that he read.
Wait, is this you talking about the whole thing where play Watch Dogs and you get to learn to hack?
Yeah, Watch Dogs teaching you how to hack.
Alright, I'll give it before anybody continues.
Wait, games. Aren't you the one who told me that, you know, hacking is done with one button in that game?
Yeah.
So in other words, wait. I can take up my smartphone right now, walk up to an ATM, press a single button on it, and hack it. That's what you're saying.
That's
the thing. That's the thing in this game.
First, you have to download the app first.
Here's the thing with Glenn Beck.
No, wait. I just want to before you continue with that, because I have to say this before I forget it, man. The thing is, I played that game, right? Okay. You cannot learn how to hack anything just by playing that. All it is you using a cell phone and pressing one button. That's it. That's all it is. You're just there with your controller pressing one button. That game teaches you nothing how to hack. That game does nothing but do nothing to not teach you how to hack. Yo. And for real, it's just like the way he just did it. It's just like, are you serious? You know, this is why when people that do not play games just go in, because the thing is, to be honest, I truly think he just did it for popularity and for money. Because that is all he did it for.
That's what I was gonna say. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Because like him, I might forget my train of thought.
Yeah, that's why I always keep going.
Glenn Beck, like he just Games just pointed out, he doesn't actually play video games. So he went based on the description of the game and wrote about it. He didn't play anything. He probably watched like a 5-minute video and said, "Oh, this is teaching our kids how to hack and steal money," and then decided he was going to write however long his article was and have something to talk about. He's one of those that
The
tries to
fact he
make
even said his name makes the whole conversation irrelevant.
But you know what though? The only game that comes close, in my opinion, from my experience, to even remotely giving you some kind of idea how to hack is Detective Mode in Batman Arkham City on the Wii U.
Well, Detective Mode and Batman Arkham City and
We have to actually like
DSX,
hack those things.
Revolution.
Ken, man. Come on, man. I mean, I know what you're trying to say. I know you're trying to carry this, but which one of us here is a multi-billion-dollar playboy? We can afford that shit.
Actually, yeah, to be honest, like, I know those things have hacking in it, but they used, like, in the game, you don't see them using, like, technology from our time or, you know, the thing is, developers actually, the way they make these things, right? They make up their own kind of technology inside their own games, right?
It's fantasy.
It's fantasy, exactly. It's made up. So it's really not. I really, in general, games don't teach you how to hack anything.
But you know what? To be honest,
No, we're all wrong. I could take my Samsung Galaxy 3.
Yeah, no, look,
ATM, press a single button, and get all the money in the goddamn ATM.
Hold on.
If you could do that,
Two
if
thoughts.
you could really do
First
that,
of all-
where's my handout?
First of all, two thoughts. You got a Galaxy 3, dude. The 5 is out, so you already way behind when it comes to software. All right. Another thought. I mean, just to touch on it, it is ridiculous for them to even think stuff like that because honestly, realistically, today, even if we did have the Watchdog cell phone, how does this phone know what I want to hack at every moment? So if a cop points a gun at me, I'm saying, but in real life, for example, if I had that phone and I want to hack a street light, how does this phone know that when I'm sitting in the street light, that's what I want to do? Maybe I want to hit that ATM to the left.
Here, I'll tell you how. All right. So when you're driving, all right, a little pop-up is gonna appear on your windshield. Okay.
I'm not talking about the game.
I'm talking about real life.
I'm talking about just the damn phone. Let me elaborate. Okay, I know in Watch Dogs, no matter where you are, there's always 2, 3, 4 things you can hack. You just have to kind of like aim your thing at it and hit the button, the one button, yes. But even that was real, and I was right now standing in a shopping center. There's 3 ATMs, a couple of cars, that had their alarms activated, and a street light about a block away. How does it know that I want to actually hack ATM number 1, not number 3?
Here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Because all I'm doing is a cell phone, right? It's a wireless device. So how does it know that? Oh, okay, I got 3 ATMs on the screen. Just pick which one to hack. What if I want to
Here's your
hack it?
answer,
It
Ken.
scans your brains.
It knows everything.
There's gonna be a
wait,
pop-up.
wait.
There's gonna be a
You know what?
pop-up
So
of
it's
what
a
you
neural
want to
link,
hack.
basically. It's a
We
neural link to
all-
my brain.
Beating around the bush right now. We are all beating around the bush right now. According to Glenn Beck, there's a dude out there somewhere with the Watch Dogs phone. But I got a question. I got a question for Mr. Glenn Beck and
But they
everybody.
make a
who
fake
believes
commercial
this
about
nonsense,
an
right?
advertisement.
I got a real good question for you guys. If this guy is out there with this phone that can hack things with one button, 3 and 4 things in succession or simultaneously, and we live in a world where everything is digital, where everything is computerized and mechanized, why are we worshiping this man? He should be God. He should be
My
God.
thing-
There
my
should be
thing
nothing
is,
we
like,
should do to stop this man.
To set up a meeting so I can get it. Set up a meeting, please.
Here's my thing. Where did he get this phone? How much does it cost? Because I would like it.
Oh no, wait. According to Glenn Beck, he walked into the nearest Apple store and bought it.
And to go back to your point, Ken, about Zen's phone being outdated, he could buy the S5 today, and tomorrow it would be outdated.
Exactly.
True. That's true.
Yeah, but the
No, you
technology-
see, I wasn't even going to bring that up. You see, Ken just had to dog me on live. That's all right.
It wasn't meant to dog you, man.
I know. I'm just playing.
But I'm telling you, man, Glenn Beck, he's just an idiot, man. He's one of those people where, oh look, a book. I'm just gonna read the description in the back. That's it. It's just like
He's
that,
like
man.
the people. He's like the people that in the back in the day, like way back in the day, probably back to the dark ages, that didn't want people to read because they thought it was screwing people's brains up.
Oh yeah.
No, here's the thing.
So they
If
were
I
burning
was,
books.
It's the devil!
Guys,
if I was on this man's show,
oh shit.
if he invited me as a guest on the show, he said, okay, so what do you think about my theory that you can learn to hack from this game? My first question to him, because it wouldn't be an answer, is, Mr. Bexer, with all due respect, do you consider yourself an intelligent man?
Well, you know what? I have something to add to that. I have something to add to that. I don't go around pretending that Mario Kart teaches me how to drive a cart.
No, but apparently it does, though, because, you know, the kid...
There was that kid that saved his family's life.
Oh my God. Glenn Beck is right. Games teaches you. We're sorry. We apologize.
I'm sorry, but Heavenly Sword and Tekken did not teach me how to fight. But I will say this. I can honestly say, and this may sound stupid, but I will say that Gran Turismo did teach me a hell of a lot about cars and performance.
Well, that is because, well, the thing is, it is a
kinda-
driving simulator.
That's a great. See, that's exactly. It's a simulator. So that's good.
I will say that, but I didn't go around thinking that if I jumped in a go-kart that I would see a tortoise around a corner and I can blow a tire with it. Like
No,
I didn't think that.
That's wrong.
I
No,
mean,
you
I
see,
didn't,
there's
I
gonna
didn't
be a
think that
question
if
mark.
I put a banana on the road that a car would just slip out and slash into the
There-
guardrail. I mean,
There's going to be a question mark. You're going to get a blue
There's a
shell.
movie that happened in. There is a movie that happened in. Adam Sandler's movie. I can't remember the name right now, but it did
Click
happen.
it?
No.
No.
Or 50 First Dates or whatever.
No.
Click, the one with the remote controller?
That's
No,
Clicker.
no. It was what his dad paid him through school. I'm trying to remember the name
Mr.
of the movie.
Deeds.
Oh,
His
no,
dad paid him through school.
Freaking, I
Was it
remember.
Happy
I know what you're
Gilmore?
talking
No,
about.
that was the golf one.
Mr.
Billy
Deeds.
something. Yeah, Billy
It wasn't
something.
Mr. D.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Sorry. My fault. I give.
I
No, but see,
remember
here's
the
the thing.
movie.
Here's the thing, guys. The fact of the matter, to wrap up this whole thing
Yes, please.
games.
Yeah, let's get this over with. This
about
is
games teaching people stuff, and then we're gonna wrap it up, I guess, overall, if our
Please.
host wants it to. But here's the thing:
This is our conversation offline. This is how we normally talk.
games can teach you some things, and they just can't teach you other things. That's the way it is, right? You can't learn to hack by playing Watch Dogs. That's ridiculous. But you can
Of
learn
course it
something. You can learn something
Zen,
about
excuse
drive
me.
what?
Zen, Glenn Beck, he's not stupid. He's a sensationalist reporter. He knows all that stuff, but he
I know.
feeds on the lack of brain that the viewers have.
I know.
That's what it is.
Right?
One word.
Games like Gran Turismo can teach you something about cars, right? That's more realistic. I've played a ton of Street Fighter. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go outside, walk up to the 9-foot dude, and then rush him because I'm gonna get destroyed.
No, dude, no. What you gotta do is go up to him.
But it's teaching you how to harness your key, man.
You
You're
have
not
to do a
harnessing your key.
Hadouken and Super Yoken, alright? That's what you gotta do.
This is just a whole example of
What
society.
the heck is a
not
simple
being
yoke?
able
Whatever that thing's called, man.
to think for themselves and having people
Oh,
just because they're
I mean the
popular.
Tatsumaki Simple Kaku.
Yeah, that one.
Anyways, let's Zen
What the
talk.
heck is a simple
Okay, you guys, we talk about that offline. Zen, keep going.
All of this Japanese. Anyway,
I'm part Japanese, man.
where?
What you got against?
Oh.
Udasai.
Where?
Alright, just go.
All
Wait.
right. Let me just
That
go.
was
That's an
rude.
offline thing. That's an offline thing.
That was
Offline
that hurt my
conversation,
feelings.
gents. Get
Yeah, so
I'm about
this
to
is
beat all of your asses. Behave. Zen,
this is just
go.
part of society not being able to think for themselves, having people just because they're popular think for them, give them their opinions. They're unable to formulate opinions and thoughts of their own. Original thought does not exist anymore, and it's just this wash, rinse, repeat type thing where one person says something, and then the other guys say, "Oh, well, if that person said that, I guess that's true," and then they go on, and the grapevine continues. This whole grapevine logic that people have these days. So here's the thing, think for yourself, form your own opinions. Don't let someone just come and tell you what to do. You are a human being. You are free, and that is what the word individuality means. You don't let someone replace your pattern of thought or anything like that. And a lot of things we better for it, including the industry. Okay. Don't let someone walk up to you and say, because COD is popular, you should buy COD, you should support COD. If you don't like it and you don't support these practices, then don't. Okay? Be your own person.
But you
Because
know, with
all
that
that's
said,
going to end up happening is what's happening right now, where it just goes down the drain and no one can stop it, and we have trouble even finding out where it began, right? So just be a leader, stop being a follower, blaze your own paths, and stop being this. I have to say it, it's unfortunate, but stop being this person who cannot be qualified, be called a person, because everybody's supposed to be different. But unfortunately, we got a bunch of clones out here. So,
Stop being drones, people.
stop being drones. There we are.
you know what? If you think about, back in the day with Genesis, Super Nintendo, even with the Dreamcast, remember when you told somebody about a game, you say, "Man, you should pick this up because it's fun." It's a great game. You didn't say it because it's popular. Like, I didn't pick up Power Stone Dreamcast because someone told me it was popular. I picked it up because when I saw it, it was fun, but someone had told me about the game and said it was fun. Not that it was a popular game to pick up. But nowadays, people pick up games because they're popular. But back then, you only bought a game because someone told you, for the most part, it was fun if you didn't know anything about it.
Exactly.
Like, when I bought that game I mentioned earlier, Poi Poi, I bought that game because I saw my uncle playing it. It was really a sleeper title. It was fun. It was just fun as hell, but I didn't buy it because all my friends had it, because honestly, I didn't know anybody that had that game. No one. I didn't buy Madden because the game was popular. So nowadays, I think it's just people have this mentality, like just to touch on what you said earlier, that they want to play something that everyone else is playing because everyone else is playing it, or more people playing it online. It's like before online, you had to deal with games on your own, or unless you had friends nearby. So you had to buy something you could enjoy because honestly, all enjoyment came from your own personal experience. Who the hell made a game that's going to be enjoyed by 4 people? That didn't happen before, or even 2 people. They were fun even on your own. I mean, Clay Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and even some other games, ESPN Extreme games, those games were fun on your own. You bought them because they were fun. You didn't buy them because somebody else had it, or someone said it's the most popular game and it sold 2 million copies. I didn't know how many people actually picked up a Sight Bike, but I knew like hell it was fun. But nowadays is, oh, well, this game sold 2 million copies. And when you look at Xbox Live's numbers, yeah, more people playing Call of Duty than any other game out there. Or Watch Dogs is the leader online this week with 1.5 million unique user logins. Okay, who gives a shit? I just want to play the game because it's fun. Not because of the people are playing it. Like, there needs to be more of that. How about recommending something because it's fun to play, not because it's an adult-themed game, not because it's sex, not because it's violence, not because it has the most people online or the biggest online community. How about we play it because it's fun? Because I can tell you, I love Xbox Live, but I can honestly say I've had more fun on Nintendo, on the Nintendo Network. I really have, especially with Miiverse. It's fun just browsing through the damn pages of the drawings.
Agreed.
Yeah, and you don't feel that much hate and negativity. I mean, when I turn on the Wii U, it's different when I turn on any other system. Even my PC, when I turn on the Wii U and I see all those me running towards the plaza, I feel like they are welcoming me. It feels great, and all those people praising their games and enjoying their time, that's priceless.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. We're gonna wrap this up. Is there anything you guys feel you need to express before we start locking things down?
Offline,
Should be a lot, but
Okay. All right. We'll discuss this in another podcast. All right, peoples. Just for future reference, we're gonna try to keep this under 2 hours next time. Maybe an hour and a
This is
half.
about like 5 hours.
You just got a lot of big personalities here, man. That's
Nothing wrong with that. Like, I could listen to this easily, but I wanted to make it a little bit easier for my viewers to listen. Most people wouldn't sit down and listen to a 3-hour video, you know?
I mean, hey, it's a
Yeah,
popular.
I agree, man. You and I both have some big podcasts, so.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, so, anyways, let's wrap it up. You guys do your outros, and I'll go last. Starting on the left, games.
Alright, guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this whole Talkity talking. Hopefully you guys will see. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I'm mixing up my words now, but it doesn't matter. All right, guys. Well, don't forget. Don't lose your way. Don't be afraid. Just the game till the end. All right.
Who were you, and what did you do with games?
Is that the talk show goes with?
All right, Andre, go for it.
Well, people, sorry I derailed it a few times. I know a few of those was my fault, but hope you all enjoyed it and got some laughs and got some informative speech as well, because there was a lot of informative talk and a lot of well thought out opinions, and Ken really went in on it today, well, tonight. So kudos to him.
I'm sorry.
No, man, it was good. It was good. That's what I'm
Good.
saying.
You're a troublemaker, though.
Good. But yeah, I guess I don't really had too much more to say, because we know Good Shepherd is always going to bring us good content if you pay attention to it. Because if you don't pay attention to it, you're going to miss the point. But
Exactly.
just keep your eyes and ears up for stuff on my channel, which is GBGINU. I have the funniest little chat with Zen Gamer and Games Rosa on there about a game idea I had, and I will be doing another one this coming Saturday. I'm not telling people what it's about until, well, they know what it's about, but I'm not telling the audience what it's about until it happens. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff, and until the next time, enjoy your games.
All right, beautiful. Next, Callie Gold 45.
Yeah, this podcast was really fun to be in. I enjoyed everything we talked about in here. And you guys are awesome. I love talking to you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
glad you're here. Feel free to
Yeah.
contribute more.
I mean, Games Vosa, he got me into this, which I'm happy about. This was really a good time for me.
Yeah, that's right. Praise me.
Yeah, I will warn you though, man.
not worthy.
This is the tip of the iceberg, so there's a lot more after this podcast goes offline.
Oh, yeah. This conversation is not over.
Goddamn games equal much?
Anyways, are you done, Kelly? Or
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
oh, Ken, you're up, dude.
Well, now, this is, Dr. Feelgood here. I'm glad you guys could have me on tonight. I had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, always with my Padres here. But, as I always say, just keep it gaming, which I know is kind of ironic because we did everything but that during this podcast. But I will still say, keep it gaming, people.
Quick question before we move on. Who are all these imposters?
For real. I need to get better security, man. Have people messing up your
doors.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin, you're up. Kevin, save.
Okay.
Come on, Kelly, go on, jump in there.
Okay, I'm Kevin. I don't have any nickname for now, but for now I would like to recommend you to go into my channel. I'm gonna upload a review of Alice Madness Returns tomorrow. So I hope you like it. It's very late for a review for that, but it's a very different take on the game in our review. So I'm Joni Gomez, and I'm Nick Diamond. And remember, good night, good fight.
Yeah, McCall, we will call you Kevin because you in this show.
Okay, Zen, you're up.
Alright, people, you already know who it is. Ninja the Zen Gamer, the one and only king of logic. Head on over to the ZGZ. That is the Zen Gamer Zone. If you like what you see over there, make sure to subscribe. If you don't, well, stick around anyway because I'm damn sure you want to. And that's just about it, guys. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
Oh, Zen, before you go, I'm glad you're feeling better. Hint, hint.
Yeah, the medicine just kicked in.
Ken, you're such a troublemaker. Alright, hey guys, it's the Good Shepherd. Thank you for listening to this podcast. We're gonna have a lot more good content coming further down the line. I will try to make it less than 3 hours, less than 2 hours, less than an hour, hopefully. When it's being by myself, you're only gonna get 10 minutes or so. But when it's with the guys, yeah, things get a little crazy. Alright, thanks for listening. All the best, people. Take care.
The kid just don't get it.